Everybody's still there. Ta-da! We are now live, or soon will be live. All right, and I can hear myself, so I can now mute that damn tab, or at least turn it all the way down. All right, so hello, everybody. We are here for, I believe it's episode 3.
Yes.
For Tales of the Demon Shadow. Tales from the Demon Shadow, from Shadow of the Demon Lord, and we are playing the quest Tales of the Demon Lord, and we are now on chapter 3, Born to Die, and I think that's everything. Wow, in a while. And hope everybody's doing fine. I'm Tim. I will be the overlord for today. And anybody else want to quickly introduce themselves before we dive right in?
Do we have to?
No.
Cool. I'm here. My name is Bat. My character's name is Bat.
Yeah. The Marius.
Exactly.
Yes, human. There. All right,
Yes.
We're ready to go. So, all right. On our last adventure, or the end of the last session that we managed to get in, you guys were in the mayor's chamber being told that Master Dream's daughter had been kidnapped.
There's a guy called Master Dreams.
Dream, D-R-E-E-N. Dreen.
Dream, okay.
Sorry, I may have slurred. I've been drinking rum.
Understandable.
Yeah, you certainly don't want a drunk DM.
Never in this game. You know that
No.
he wrote this so he could play it while he was drunk. He even says that in an interview. And so you guys are now in Master Dream's, in the mayor's office with Master Dream. I believe in our nest, and we can either go over the negotiations again because I don't remember 100% what we did, or we can just throw something out there for you. So,
From what I remember of the negotiations, he said he was going to give us the money to do what we need to do. And the mayor started crying at one point.
Yep. She was upset. And we can jump ahead slightly. A little while later, after you guys are sitting there, I'm assuming you're not too far from the office, wherever you may be, but somebody comes up and delivers a letter to the mayor and Master Dream. One of the servants said they found it outside. And it's a message for Master Dream must leave 100 silver shillings in the alley behind the own fishery brothel at midnight.
Midnight tonight, or?
Yep. I gotta switch screens, otherwise I'm gonna stare at the wrong person. There. Yes. Tonight. And it is now about late morning. The kidnapping occurred last night.
Well,
you will be what occurred, and they will be, I believe this was mentioned last session, but we'll refresh your memory. Candace was with her boyfriend Phineas, and they were attacked by hooded men when leaving the bar, nightclub, the liquid smoke. Phineas was beaten up pretty bad, and he's in a nearby room recovering. And so, any information you need from me yet? Or thoughts?
If that's it, then speaking to Phineas.
Or if you want to ask any other further questions here with the mayor and Master Green?
Oh, yeah. Could they really pretty please supply some armor?
I believe there's some basic stuff in the stores outside. If there's something you need for my daughter, yes. Excuse me, they're not in the warehouse right now, but he has a warehouse that you guys had previously been at with the offices, I believe.
Yeah.
We'll make that's where he was referring to. We just go over there and we will supply you with basic needs. Yeah, don't expect to get plate mail armor or anything. So.
No. I'm getting net 2 beans if I wear full plate right now.
Yeah, you're a special little dwarf. Anything else from you, Mark or Tomie? Excuse me, Andu or Damaris?
Yeah, and Dutarum. I'd say so we're discussing what are we doing in town?
Well, at the moment we're discussing if you guys are going any negotiations of funds, fees, whatever. You negotiated some armor right now. Is there anything else you want to do? Tomie already mentioned talking to, Damaris already talked about talking to Phineas.
Okay.
But I wanted to make sure everybody had the opportunity to mention if they wanted to talk to the mayor or Master Dream while he's here.
Yeah, I'm fine at the moment. Thank you.
Okay. Otherwise, if you want, you'll find Phineas in a office laying on a small cot nearby. A couple doors down, per se. At least you're directed to that.
Mm-hmm.
What's his condition?
Pretty bruised and beaten up. Looks like he's bandaged. Limited magic healing at the moment. Maybe he just looks like he was beaten really bad. Bruised faces, black eye.
No stabbings.
Fat lip. No stabbings. Fear just fisting. Excuse me, that didn't sound right. Beating with a fist. Bludgeoning.
I mean, it's totally possible as well. But
let's not go there.
Yeah. Damaris will go up and go, hello, are you okay to speak right now?
Sure. If you can just make sure I can get out of here soon. I want to go look for her.
You want to go look for her?
Oh, yes. Of course. I love her.
Aw. Would you mind walking me through exactly what happened?
Well, we had just spent an evening at the Liquid Smoke, enjoying some food and drink and time with some friends, and then we were leaving and getting ready to get in the carriage to leave, and we were jumped by these hooded men, and they grabbed her and they just started beating and kicking me. I tried to fight them off, but as you can see, and I'm a failure at protecting her. So please,
Do you have any
help me get out of here so I can go look for it. Master Green said I.
Do you have any better description than just hooded men? Types of hood, colors, voices, sizes?
All men, I guess, is all I saw, and something about damn wealthy people owing us. Literally, just, I mean, I was on the ground trying to fight from just get up. I'm sorry. I couldn't help her. Get me please, let me go with you so I can help find her.
You keep saying let me out as if you're stuck here.
Well, he says I should stay here until I'm feeling better. And he didn't want me just to leave because, he's bandaged up pretty bad. You can see he's been banged up, probably some cracked ribs and stuff, so forth like that. So he's telling him trying to rest and we'll take care of it is what he's been told.
How? So I understand that you want to go after her, but they beat you up once and you're bruised and you're in pain. I don't think you're going to do well going after them in this state.
It doesn't matter. I have to protect her. She's somebody I love.
You can't protect her if you're dead.
Please, just let me come with you then. I don't care. As long as I can help her.
She looks over to the other two.
We could always use them as bait.
He says that out loud. Yes, use me as bait. Use me as bait.
That's what I was thinking, so thank you for saying it. I mean, if you really want to save her, and we do need a way to get them out.
Just take me with you. I want to make sure she's safe. You see a tear kind of roll down his eye.
Is he part of a wealthy family?
Yes, it appears that he is. And if anybody's from town, you would have recognized, they didn't give me a last name. They just said he's a wealthy merchant's son.
Yep. That's all I need to know.
Similar to Candace is a wealthy daughter of a merchant's daughter, wealthy merchant's daughter.
How do
we need him to get captured for ransom, and then we can track him down.
Well, we already have people that are going to show up around midnight to pick up stuff to capture.
Yeah, but they won't be expecting us in middle of the morning.
True. But I mean, we have to then fish them out to then go get him. Can't really control their actions.
What did they say? They sent you something? They told you where she's going to be? You said midnight? Where?
No, not where she's going to be. Just where to drop off stuff.
Oh, where is this? Please.
You're going to come with us, don't worry. But what is it? How can you help us aside from being there hurt? Do you have any type of supplies you're going to...
She knows me. I'll be able to let her know that you're not going to try to hurt her too.
I'm very disarming, so I can handle that. But is there anything that you can actually supply us with, or any skills that you have?
What do you need? I'm sure my father will help you. Or at least I'll get it and I'll deal with my father later.
Is there anything anyone needs?
I want full plate.
No.
Reasonable request, please.
If if you were to
No,
go
my
home,
thing
would
with-
you be able to get any type of, healing supplies for yourself so you actually be like tip top shape and not just laying here?
Well, I can probably get a couple potions they gave me one or two already. I'm just, bones only heal so far, so fast.
I mean, because supply those, that'd be exceptional.
I'm sure I can get a few. I mean, if nothing else, I'll buy some for you. He has the fundage. He's a rich little boy, so what are you looking for?
Literally healing potions
Yeah,
to
yeah.
not die.
I don't know what they cost, but he would be willing to get you some, possibly.
Fantastic.
But you have to, he's not held here per se, but they've been trying to get him to not run up while injured and let him. Potions actually only cover so much, supposedly. The rest, it's physical, mental, just exhaustion.
I mean, he wants to help, and we gave him warnings.
Oh, I'm
So-
willing to let you use them. Abuse them. Yes.
Yes, we will get you out of here if you promise to do that.
No problem.
It's
Please,
2
please.
silver pieces.
Yeah.
It's 2 silver potion.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay. He can probably get you 3 potions, one for each of you approximately. So you can each mark one down once you get them out of here, but eventually you'll be able to.
Cool.
And like I said, this was mid-morning, so we're probably running about noonish now, shortly after.
I want them to take them because they might not take the money to where she is.
Okay, how do
They
you
might
want
take it to an alternate location, then we can't track her down.
Mhm.
Okay. Just to remind you, it was said that they were to leave it behind it at midnight behind that old fishery brothel.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the neighborhood. Some of you are residents of the town, so others are not. But this is in the dock district in the poorer side of town. So.
Yep. Could you tell
And
me
as-
about
And as you
Candace?
see the image on in roll 20, that is kind of what the docks area look like, maybe a little more rundown.
Yeah.
Could you tell us about Candace?
What do you want to know? She's sweet, she's beautiful, she's kind.
Her survivability mostly is what I'm interested in.
Well, if they want to get the money, they should, yes. She's strong-willed, stubborn.
Okay.
Some of the traits I love about her.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely dedicated to being a good person. Well, you kind of.
I feel like you're exaggerating there.
Maybe, but I love her.
Well, if you love her, I need you to tell the truth.
Okay. I've been telling the truth.
Just admitted you were lying. So,
Well, exaggeration is not lying, is it?
yes, it is.
You're talking to a salesman merchant son, so.
Uh-huh. Her husband's a merchant.
Yeah. Well, maybe a little, but if you saw her and were with her, you would know what I mean. She has a presence much like you.
Well, I mostly want to make sure that when we get to her, she's not going to be a crying, sobbing mess that we have to carry out. Is she able to fight? Did she fight at all?
Why would she? No, she's probably not trained to fight or anything like that. I'm sorry, but she's willful.
That's something.
I don't think she would probably try to show weakness, but she's, it's not something kidnapping is not something that's probably happened to her.
As long as she has some amount of resolve.
As long
Not
as I can only imagine what they might be doing to her right now.
That's what I say. That's why I asked.
Oh, please, you have to hurry.
Rushing's not going to help without information, proper information.
I know, but the time that what they could be
Midnight.
doing to her right now.
I understand.
And he starts to shed another tear or two.
So I'm going to get you out of here. You're going to focus on getting those healing potions because she's going to also need them, most likely.
Yes, we'll have to get extras for her.
Yes.
I'm sure. And you would probably have no problem getting him out of there with Master Dreen walking. I mean, yes, sure, if he helps. Return tonight about 10 o'clock, and it said that I'm supposed to be the one to drop it off. So
That's not a good idea, but okay.
Well, we don't want to interfere. I mean, I can drop it off. I'm able to take care of myself. Excuse me, wrong voice. I'm able to take care of us. I'm able to take care of myself, so it should be no problem if they try to attack me. Yes.
Okay. Can you fight 5 men at once?
I think that's hard for anybody, but I can run really fast.
Okay. So long as there's something.
But I'm looking, I can, according to here, they said there would be a box marked with an X I'm supposed to drop the money off in.
Fantastic.
Excuse me, crate, box, you know what I mean. Yeah, so, yeah. But yeah, about, unless you guys want to set up earlier, I'm just going to go there. I mean, I don't care what you're going to do, but my daughter, I'm going to pay the money, and if they return her, they better return her or all hell is going to be to pay. I will burn this fucking city looking for them.
Well, hopefully it won't come to that.
I hope so too. I don't want to be that person.
We'll just burn part of the city looking for her right now. So, we have some things to go look at.
If there's anything you need, just let me know. Go to the warehouse for your armor. He looks over to Andu, excuse me, and Bremer. If there's anything else you need, and he does the merch within reason.
Of course.
He does the merchant thing, you know.
We'll keep it manageable.
So if basically a limited free shopping instance for you guys if you wanted to look up some items or materials to prepare you for the following day or following evening.
I forgot what's on my sheet at all. Let me see.
And Phineas will be with you to be able to provide 5 potions.
Yay.
He's assuming 1 for each of you and someone, at least that's what he's telling you. And we can use the rest on Candace if she needs it. And thank you for talking to Master Dreen and letting me out and letting me come with you. I know I can help you.
Do you know how to fight?
I've been trained somewhat in sword.
Okay, so maybe get a sword for you.
Oh, I have one at home. And
maybe go home.
Give me a few minutes and are you guys going to follow him? Going to stay? Anything like that?
I'm going to go to the warehouse, pick up the armor.
He'll give you a note for it.
Yeah.
To pick up anything. So as if you want to pick up some, I don't know what armor. I'm assuming some leather, decent leather, maybe a shield. Brigadine. That might be a little more. I don't have it in front of me. I'm sorry.
It's right above hard leather. And it's the same cost as hard leather.
Yeah, that'll be fine then. It's the same cost.
My intuition says follow Phineas home. without him knowing.
All right. Give me a stealth then, and I believe that's under agility.
Yes. Well, that was a 19.
Oh, excellent success. Phineas doesn't go directly home.
Cool.
He goes back to the, let me go back to the other tab just a second. He returns to the liquid smoke and goes inside.
Cool.
And a short while later, he comes out. I mean, maybe 5-10 minutes at most.
Okay.
And then he heads for home.
Okay.
The biggest thing is that's probably about maybe 30 to 45 minutes out of his way.
Like, did he go inside the building or
Yeah,
behind the building, or just?
He went right through the front entrance and inside. And then came back out maybe 5 minutes later.
Cool. Note.
And now I got an uneasy feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And he heads home and gets the money he needs and purchases your 5 healing potions, returns to you. Or at least you follow him going back to where, I mean, assuming you guys said meet us back here. Blah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So eventually he arrives there, maybe about an hour later. Well, it takes about an hour, maybe 2 hours later. Takes about an hour through district. So I'm not sure exactly where you're thinking he might be, but anybody, you guys get your armor and equipment. What are you getting, so I can at least be reasonably aware?
Oh, you want to know what I want to? You want to know what I want to get?
Yeah, I mean, as long as it isn't something like I want a Dragon Slayer +5, I'm fine for the most part. Generic, non-magical, anything.
I want a pony.
Oh yes, you get a pony, Shetland.
Okay. In that case, I'm good then.
And what did you purchase, sir? If anything, other than armor.
Just armor.
Just armor?
That's all I need.
Yep, I'm fine. I just want to make sure no weapons, shields, things like that. Make sure you update your sheets, etc.
Yeah, the only way I get better weapons if it's magical. So.
Yep. I have to remember to read up on your class again. It's been a few weeks. Merc, you got everything you need?
Oh, well, I did not get anything.
Is there
Did you
anything
want
you wish to acquire? Within reason, of course.
We have a sugar daddy present. He is spending money for us. Pick things. Within
What
reason.
he said. What would be
Pick
expected of
something.
your levelish?
If not, just look up an incantation that you want.
Yeah, if like a scroll
Yeah,
or
spells.
something. Quick scroll or something. Giving you an opportunity to purchase something is what I'm after.
Gotcha, I should grab some life magic stuff.
But let me know what it is and throw me a DM if you got a second. Look it up. Marius, is there anything you wanted to grab?
Probably not off the top of my head. Most likely before next game, before we get into the actual stuff, I'll get you stuff.
Hello?
Hello? Who did we get? Where did we lose? Okay, somebody came in.
Oh.
Oh, yeah, it's Mark. Yeah, okay.
lost.
So
I got a
Um,
picture came up really weird. That's why blacked you out. Okay.
Yep. So to answer your question, in compliance with your with the statutes and limitations of what to get, I did not get anything.
Uh, as you wish, sir. I just wanted, like I said, give you the opportunity. So
Yeah, since I can't, since they probably don't sell since they probably don't sell any magic stuff, since the rule is no magic stuff.
uh,
You can get
you
smaller
are a
scrolls.
magic. I'm saying limited. If something appropriate for your level 1 would be
So
fine.
invocation stuff will be good, but not magic
Hmm.
objects.
Okay.
Like
Level
if you
0
got
spell.
a scroll or something like that, you might want to use or something more along those lines. Don't have to have an immediate answer, but let you take a look within your limited spectrum, I believe, of what spell classes you have. Don't have your sheet open. I apologize.
Oh. I guess I guess we could find some attack level 0 or 1.
Yep, within your stuff, not at the moment, or if you wanted like a shock spell again additional, because I'm looking at quickly at your sheet here. Don't have, and you had a scroll previously for what that is.
Oh
There's
yeah, it's
another
a
scroll. Yeah, I know what
it's
it
a-
is. I don't want to tell anybody if they don't want to know. Up to you to decide.
I
okay.
want to replace my scroll that I spent.
And what was your scroll?
It was the Shadow Blade thingamabob. Let me check.
You would like to replace it again?
Yes.
The same one?
Yes.
All right.
I'll definitely I could definitely replace mine as well.
If you had it previously and used it, yes, go ahead.
Where are you at?
And
Nightfall Blade. Shadow Utility 0.
All right, mark it down.
Fantastic.
if any of you have any arcane spells, a good one to go with that is pain
Mark it down.
for reasons.
For reasons.
Always
Yeah.
good reasons.
It's one of the better combinations.
Which one is it?
Pain, curse, attack, 1.
Ooh, do you get
Pain,
corruption for
curse.
that one since it's that sort?
I don't think you
would-
get corruption for the incantation version of it.
Oh, for the incantation version.
Yeah.
Because I know you do with like the other scroll you had. So. Secrets. All right. You have Phineas. You've done a little shopping. Waiting till 10 o'clock at night. Doing anything else between that time?
Letting them both know. So I followed him when he went back home, and he did not go straight home. He went back to where he was attacked. Sorry, I forgot the name of it.
I don't have it. Okay. Where'd my mouse go? There it is. It is called
Liquid
the
Smoke.
Liquid Smoke. Yep.
He deviated off to Liquid Smoke and spent some time in there, and then went home. Which is mildly concerning, given that he was just attacked there.
And do a Bremer. Anything to comment when she informs you of that?
There's something
Anything.
he's not telling us, obviously.
So also go to the Liquid Smoke and see why he was hanging out there.
I can do that, and then if you want to continue keeping an eye on him.
Absolutely. Send him off to do whatever, and I'll keep an eye on him. You go check the Liquid Smoke for what he was doing. Ask about the attack. Anyone else heard anything?
Yeah, going
Plan.
to Liquid Smoke.
Splitting up.
All right. And I'm making live on-screen adjustments so everybody can see them. All right. When you get to the liquid smoke, you find what time was approximately 3 or 4 in the afternoon. It's closed. In fact, if you remember earlier, it was closed when you were there watching him. Phineas return. Didn't make that comment earlier.
Oh, it was closed?
It was closed, but he went right in.
I'll make sure he got that information before he shows up there.
It seems to be like a supper club. I don't know what theater type things place where they would have some bands or something or plays. Lounge, something more like that. Yes, thank you. But currently it's closed. They usually open later in the afternoon, 5 or 6.
Vermeer will knock on the door with his warhammer.
Eventually you see a large, make sure I get the right terminology here, ogre?
Ogre.
Orc? What is it
Not
here?
an orc.
Right term. Way too many systems lately.
Yeah.
Orc.
Yeah, orc. There we go. I was like, ogre.
With concern.
I've been playing Zweihander. Ogres are the race. Orcs are the bad ones. So you're playing a large orc opens the door. Can I help you?
I heard I could get some drinks here.
We open at 7.
Yeah, but I just watched this young man just come in here like an hour earlier.
Really? He was here to pick up some paycheck or something, I'm sure. Nothing for you to worry about. And he shuts the door.
Door, meet Warhammer. Warhammer, meet door.
How hard of a knock are you doing, sir?
Oh, yes. Yes is the answer.
Yep.
I will need a roll then, just for sake of seeing.
Yes. Roll sounds good. If I can find where I need to go. That's a 14. The hit.
You hit it solid and the door just kind of swings back and I'm assuming you do this pretty much instantly when he shuts the door. Right?
Basically.
And you see him just get smacked in the face and just jerk back. What is your follow-up reaction?
Sorry, I didn't realize how hard I must have hit it.
And he just swings at you.
Okay.
Yeah, combat.
Yeah, and I have to remember how to do this. Get to the right tab. Where are we? There we go. Ooh, I didn't log in as the DM. All right. Just for sake of asking, are you going fast, slow?
It'll be fast.
All right. He's also going to go fast. You go first. Oh, initiative first, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll. Oh, never mind. Sorry, wrong game.
Yeah, wrong game. It's fine.
You
I
go
do it
first.
a lot. Don't worry, I'm playing 3 different systems also. Or pretty close to.
Yep. Go ahead and roll.
Do I want to do that?
Well, that's up to you. Do you want to do fast, slow?
No, I'm looking at a spell. I'll fuck him up though. If I hit. Going to cast Rune of Suffering on him.
Okay, I'm getting a breakup on
Static.
somebody, but yep. Static.
Casting Rune of Suffering on him.
All right, you tell me what it does or post it.
Oh,
Oh yeah, I noticed there was another guy. Something happened to him.
What was that? Sorry, Mark.
I know there was another guy here. Did he go anywhere?
I don't know what you're referring to at this time. At the point right now, Bremer is attacking a orc. Bouncer at the door.
Did Andu go with Ramir?
That is entirely up to Andu. Mark, so did you go with Owen?
Oh,
Go with Owen or go with me?
Are you with Damaris?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Or on your own? I'll give you all three options. It was
So
about 2 in the
Bremer-
afternoon, and you guys were. Bremer went over to the what is it? Dang it!
Liquid Smoke.
Liquid Smoke to check out what Phineas had talked to them about. Well, that Phineas had gone there, and he was following up with that. What were you doing, sir, if anything?
Oh, I wasn't doing anything in particular.
Okay, were you following Damaris, hanging out with her? I'm just before we continue much further.
Damaris is stalking Phineas, so need to be stealthy.
Okay. In that case, I'll be. In that case, I'll say I'm with Owen.
Okay, so with Owen.
Owen, okay.
Yeah, loud versus quiet. Go with loud.
Yep, that's fine. So you're hanging out behind Bremer, who's a dwarf knocking on the door with a large warhammer. He is now knocking on a large orc. So I got a little distracted. What were you doing, sir?
Me?
Oh, and Rune of Suffering. There you were. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right, and you succeeded. The orc is just standing there, and he looks like he's been tased, for lack of a better term. He's just, yeah. And Owen is standing there.
Yep.
I mean, excuse me. Bremer is standing there.
Premier.
Yep.
Vermeer.
And what do you do after you have him in a basic painful aura of owie? For 1 minute, you have 1 minute before he's done.
No, he's impaired. He's still awake. He's just in pain.
Yep, and it says impaired for 1 minute.
Yeah, which means he just gets Bane on attack rolls and challenge rolls.
Yep, so I'm allowing you to what are you doing besides that? You got movement, other things besides your attack. Nope. I'm just giving you anything
walk
else.
Around him or
nope, can't walk with fast turn, only in action or movement.
Oh, sorry, you're correct. You're correct. Thank you.
Yep.
6 weeks I'll do this here in 3 or 4 other systems. But all right, you send him shock. Andu, what are you doing since you see him just knock on the door and go blah?
I'm behind him in case he, I'll back him up in case he's in trouble.
So you are pulling a fast action and holding your action. Okay. So Bremer, are you moving forward?
Nope. I can't
What
move forward fast turn.
No, I'm next. It's gone to the next turn, next round,
Oh,
because he's
next turn.
he's in. Oh, he gets the minus bane. Excuse me. He's gonna try to hit you back.
Yeah.
My apologies.
That's what I'm expecting.
I don't have anything set up, so we are gonna just roll a single d20. Oh, single d20. 15.
I also got the bane on that, so
But
minus
he had-
d6.
Yep, minus a d6. Oh,
Nice.
he fails to hit you.
Yep, for sure.
I mean, it just like, no, your turn again if you want to.
Yeah, fast turn.
What are you doing this turn?
Clubbing with my warhammer.
With your warhammer.
That's a 10.
That hits. 10 is a 10.
That's also 11 damage.
11 damage.
And he also falls on his, or will check, and then if he fails, he falls on his ass.
I mean,
He
you're gonna
falls
kill
on his
people
ass.
immediately.
He falls on his ass. You hit him solid in the chest, and he just hits the wall, bam, and just crumbles as he's coughing up some blood. What do you do?
So tell me, why was the person in here?
Who? Haven't said anybody about who.
Oh my god, what is his name?
Phineas.
Phineas.
Ooh, he once again coughs up some more blood as you had just struck him in the chest. I don't know who you're talking about. Spit some blood at your feet.
Look back to Zach. So what do you think?
You mean Andrew?
I mean, yeah,
Andu.
Andrew.
Andrew. I'll get it. There's no R. Andrew, Mark, what are you doing, sir? Wake you up. Mark, are
If
you
he's
there?
here.
Not present.
All right. Well, what are you doing? Since Mark seems to, I mean, Andrew just seems to be looking at you like, huh? Oh, he dropped off. He must have lost. He'll be back in a second.
Yep.
He dropped off, and and he's just kind of staring at you like, well, so what do you want to do? Since you're in front.
Turn back
Hello?
to the orc.
Yeah, we got
Oh,
you
hello.
back. Thank you.
Sorry.
what- Is there anything you wanted to do before he?
Is
forward?
Owen being attacked?
Bremer is not being attacked anymore. He hit the guy pretty solid before.
Okay, then there's nothing to worry about.
I just wanted
The
to make
orc's
sure you.
on the ground coughing up blood.
Thank you.
And we're questioning him.
I just wanted to make sure you had that opportunity to act.
It's questioning time.
Yeah, I mean, any more than that would be overkill.
Is there any question you want to ask? If not, we'll just continue on.
Or search the place. Or
Or
rob. Or
I go back to turn
I'm
back to
leaving-
the orc. Is the orc still alive currently?
He's still alive. He's hurting. He's definitely on the ground, just sitting in the. I'm looking at this in my head, just so you know.
Yeah.
You walked in the door, and there's like a little hallway, and he's just leaning against the wall in this 5-foot hallway. You just hit him with your hammer, and he's just sitting there coughing up blood, and you got about 20 feet to go before you're actually kind of in the place. And you see like the bartender 30 feet away or from you or so, just looking at you right now with eyes wide. And she's scared, it looks like. Just basic appearance.
Go ahead, look at her and make sure there's some ale from when I get down there, and crack his knuckle.
She's just shaking kind of, and she starts to grab a glass. And it's just trembling hand.
Turn back to the orc and ask the person that came to pick up the paycheck.
Oh, paycheck? What paycheck?
You know, the person that you said picked up the paycheck when I was talking to you outside the door.
Do you have a name? I don't know who you're talking about. People been in and out all morning. Deliveries, people coming in to pick up checks, pay debts.
Back into the Warhammer, knocking him unconscious.
You didn't use a name or anything to him, so that's why he's
Yeah, I did.
acting.
Said
Oh, you did?
Phineas.
Phineas? Okay.
Phineas.
He said who?
He was here to pay off some debt.
Is there someone who I can talk to that's more knowledgeable?
No, we're not open yet. We're just prepping.
You are open to me right now. And he'll smile.
He's on the ground, literally there in front of you. You hit an orc solidly in the chest and scared him.
So I step past the orc and start heading in.
Okay. He makes a weak grab at you. No, you should. No, don't go in. I said weak.
Yeah. Back into the Warhammer, straight into the forehead.
You tell me what you did for damage.
That'll be just enough to knock him unconscious. Not gonna be that hard.
Okay. Your intent is that.
Yeah.
Your intent is that.
Not to roll a 15.
Yeah. Watch me roll. 3.
Three,
There
good.
we go.
It hasn't.
Oops. A little too hard.
Really?
3? I mean, yeah.
And you smashed a hole in the wall right next to his head. You missed, but you put a big size hole right next to him. You can say whatever you want. I can't remember if this is a game or a fail. It could be a hit, but a failure.
Well, the attack was a 14.
That was 3 for the damage.
Yeah,
It was
he
14
did
to hit.
control.
Damage
Yeah,
was a 3.
damage is not much. If you want to knock him unconscious, I have no problem with it.
Yeah.
For
knock
sake
him
of the story.
unconscious. Don't want to kill him.
Yep. And you wander on in, and Andu, Marks, do you follow?
Yep, I'm following.
Okay. Bremer, what are you doing?
Going to go grab his ale.
It's probably half foam because she was shaking so much while trying to do it. I don't know if ale foams, so you'll have to tell me if you ever had it. So.
Never had it. I do think it foams. If I remember right.
Yeah. But you get a mug sitting there for you. And she's shaking it, hitting the bar, just shaking it. Sorry, close to the camera. Shaking it, she's doing it.
Now,
she is a young female, probably about 18. If maybe a little younger. And human, just to give you. contacts.
Yeah.
The area
Go and
is
ask where her boss is.
just to give you a description of the room.
Yep.
Several tables. Looks like it's a restaurant. There's a stage sitting on the one side of the wall where there looks like there might be plays or bands or bards, sitting there, so forth. Empty other than her at the bar, and it looks like she was like cutting lemons and other things that would go in the drinks and prepping stuff like that for the day. Here's some people in the back in the restaurant area if you really want to look further where they're prepping work and so forth, occasionally walking in. I mean, if you've ever been in a supper club, etc., you've seen this.
Yeah.
So what are you doing, sir, besides drinking your ale?
Asking her where her boss is.
He's home. He'll be in later tonight. I can give you the manager on duty.
Manager on duty also works.
She hurries to the back in the restaurant, and out comes this older gentleman. He's wearing an apron. Looks like if there's I want to say red blood from meat he's been cutting up in the back room and other things. Can I help you?
We had a person, Phineas, come in here, and we're wondering what he's doing here.
He looks over. Oh, well, did Phineas come in? And I know who he is. He's often here with Lady Candace and some of the other. What would you like to know, sir?
What he was doing here
Oh,
an hour or two before now.
He looks over at was he here? He looks over at the bartender. Well, he came in and said he needed to go in the back and talk to he left a message with here, and he says a method in it. Hand a card a thing and a payment. Here's my money for X, $100 midnight. 100 silver, midnight. I'm doing a bad job because I'm a little drunk, so apologize.
Yeah. So the letter says...
the letter says that there's a note he left, and she left, and the note will read, let's think about this. Basically, there was you haven't threatened enough, so maybe not. You did break the bouncer. He's scared. He left a message that they were to meet him at midnight.
Meet who at midnight?
They were to meet him at midnight over at the fishery.
So Phineas is meeting who at midnight at the fishery?
I don't know. He just left that, and I was supposed to give it to him. She's scared of you since you just beat the bouncer who's an orc. He said, make sure to give this to Samuel.
And where can I find this Samuel?
I don't know. And he comes in here like every night. And I hear sirens in the back. Perfect timing.
I don't know what to do. I'm stuck.
And she's feeling the same way. She's telling you what she had a message for. Leave a message midnight. Excuse me. What did I tell you just a second ago? The old fishery, midnight. Something like that.
Yeah. Going to go look back at my partner and ask him what he thinks. If he's here.
Don't think Mark is here.
Oh, Mark
I'm here.
he just turns off the mic, so it takes him a second.
No, I'm right here. I've been here. You need me to do something?
Only requesting if there's something you want to add to the situation.
Oh, it's it's all good. No emergency, I'm sure, right?
Well, right now they have found out basically that Phineas came in here and left a message for somebody who is not here right now. And the person's name is Samuel. And it was midnight, the old fishery. That's basically the message she was told to give him.
Gotcha.
So there's
Not a problem.
anything you want to add to the situation or questions that Bremer just asked you?
I'm all cool. I'm good.
Okay. So Bremer is just nodding his head and looking at the situation. Okay. Anything else you want to go from here, sir? Bremer. Owen. Dwarf.
How can I scare them the most to get more information out of them?
Okay, first thing is, what information would you be seeking?
Who this Samuel is.
Okay. I got cut off of there. All right.
So Samuel is just to answer your question. They will give you enough information. Samuel is a friend of both Candace and Phineas. They hang out together. They're here often. They often go to the parties in the back. And if you look further, there's just a larger room in the back. And you'll see once again. It seems to be tables and another stage per se.
Yeah.
And just seems to be the decorations and everything in there seem to be a little more upper class than the normal area. Just so you can understand what they're seeing.
Yeah.
So from there, what would you like to do?
I think that's good, and he'll put down 5 bits onto the counter.
So
we're
bits.
Okay, so I'm here. I'm here.
Anything you want to add to the situation currently before he puts down money and leaves? I'm assuming that's what he's going to do.
Yep.
Oh, I'm all good.
Okay. Are you leaving her some money, I assume?
Yeah, 5 bits.
Mark it off from yours.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So wait. We're giving him money.
He's paying for his meat and anything else he wants to on top of it.
Meat and also like the recovery of the work.
And he's And he's paying us the mead, or are we paying him
No,
for
no.
the mead?
Don't worry about it, Mark. Bremer's taking care of it. So as
Okay,
Bremer
cool.
wanders out the room, yeah, I'm assuming you're going to follow him, Andu, and out the door you go.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
While
no
that's
problem.
going, while that's going on, Damaris, what are you doing? You just following Phineas?
She sent him off, letting him know to meet at the fishery around 10, which is the same time that Master Dream said he would be present, I think.
Yep.
Basically telling him to prepare yourself, redo your bandages, take care of your affairs. This may be your last few hours on this earth. Make your preparations or indulge because, you might be dying very soon. So, very cheery about it because,
And what is
death.
Damaris doing herself? Not just telling him.
Maris is, after sending him off, she's following him. She's just going to follow him and see whatever he does for the rest of the day.
He seems to go home, but after he goes home, if you're observing his location and mansion,
Window.
occasionally you'll see servants leaving, or what you assume are servants, going one or two different places.
So he's just staying inside and sending people out?
I'm only telling you what you see. You can make assumptions yourself.
Cool.
It could be regular business, could be not. I'm just telling you what you see.
Watching, listening into his house.
After he gets you your potions, etc. and stuff, I mean, that's where he retreats to until later in the day. Unless you state otherwise, or you want to interact with him. Any of you want to interact with him otherwise.
So basically she's seeing if he's doing anything suspicious. You said he's sending people out. Did he do
I'm
any
saying
tasks
you.
when he sent them out?
I didn't
or
say he's sending them. I'm saying you see
people
people
leaving
leaving in and out. And once again, remember, he's from a large merchant family. It's a mansion per se, not a small house that he's living in. So keep this in mind.
Yes, rogue, sneaking. So,
what are you attempting to do?
As I said, she's basically checking his activity, seeing what he's doing, seeing the affairs of his house.
You have not seen him leave the place?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just for observance, you're seeing activity of people going in and out. I'm just making sure you understand that it could be legit, could be illegit, could be him. I mean, I don't, unless you follow, you might not know, but you're just seeing people in and out all day. He's not the only person in the house of what looks like influence or no bit of his family. So, observing what appears to be a typical merchant household interaction during the day.
Okay. But is he doing anything what she advised him to do? Like she's literally trying to watch him.
Yeah, he's inside the mansion. He's resting. I mean, unless you're gonna crawl into the mansion itself.
Yes. That was the plan. She's literally going in and spying.
Okay, then we will sneak.
Yeah.
Or you can use if you got other like disguise, etc. You can use that.
I believe, actually, maybe. Let's check real quick on the sheet. Oh no, I was going to get that, but I didn't get that.
But you can sneak. I'm just making sure that what you're doing.
Sneaking. Yeah. That's for attacking. We're not doing that yet. So.
Not yet. Warhammer. Oof.
Yeah, we're gonna try not to Warhammer people.
Not off the bat, at least.
Want to roll agility?
Yep. Or sneak. I think that's ability, or no, agility is sneak.
Just agility. Bop. That's not great. It's a 10.
10 or
It's
better.
good.
You're having a little trouble today, but yeah, nobody seems to see you as you sneak past the guards and get in. Guards weren't too, difficult to get past.
Just pretend like I belong there. I'm a servant. Don't talk to me.
At one time or another, you may have worked here, noting your background.
Oh yeah, I could have been
You can,
Boone.
the kitchen entrance. You know how to get back to the servants' quarters and so forth. Having probably previously worked here since, wealthy family and knowing
Yep.
your background and and your culinary skills. So yeah, you get in. He is resting for the most part. Occasionally he's writing a letter and a servant if you observe him, and gives it to a servant and they run off. He takes a couple potions himself. If you observe him throughout the day. I don't know how in depth you're going, but
I mean, he's writing letters off and sending them out. That's curious stuff to look at because I want to see what's on the letters that he's sending off.
well, one or two you notice. Let's just go that far. So I don't want to say he's spending all day, but yeah. Otherwise, he's resting. He took a couple potions. I don't know how you're sneaking in here. If you're just hiding in shadows, dressed
Like I said,
as a
pretending
maid.
she's a servant, pretending she's supposed to be here. Basically, pure power of confidence and just
All right,
acting like she knows what she's doing.
definitely.
While
I just want to
avoiding
make
being
sure
like
I
directly in his
understand.
presence.
Yep. He doesn't seem to recognize you if you're in his presence at any time.
Cool.
Either you do your hair up so different, or you grabbed one of the maid's outfits from their locker or something.
Sure.
To look like a servant. But you're there wandering around, and you'll see him do this. But otherwise, in and out throughout the day, he's going to rest.
Yeah. Any communications he's sending out, want to kind of intercept. So I
How
take a
would you
glance.
attempt to do that?
I'm trying not to stab people, so let's see.
Bumps. Oops. Let me take that for you.
I mean, look, I could totally convince them of be like, this, I don't know, if she'll like stage some fucking spell or a vase breaking and be like, you should take care of that. I'll do this or some shit. I don't know. Trickery.
Yeah, I mean, you could easily enough to maybe, I'll take care of that to you to another maid or waitress, something like that. Or
yep, I'm going out anyway. I'll take care of it.
Or if he's, I'm sure you can come up with something. Let's see what might be a good role to think of that for. If you're going to try to charm somebody or persuade, let's see.
Intellect or will? My will over their will?
I'm looking for maybe even something like disguise, because you look different, so he wouldn't recognize you.
There's only 5 stats. So.
I know, so it's one of those in my brain. I've played too many games.
Yeah.
But right now, I don't have a problem with you role-playing that, since you rolled a good stealth check earlier. So somehow you come up with being able to get a hold of it.
Okay.
Be through pickpocket, be through, coercion
persuade.
of personality, or persuade. Yep. Let's see if I got a name here. Did I come up with a name for anybody? He's brought a couple of them out. If you've intercepted more than one, a couple of them seem to be legitimate business. One of them seems a little suspect. Okay, and this one, let me check a name or two. Let me get back to the right tab. Scroll up. I have to remember names. I apologize. Just give me a second. They didn't took it easy. It's been a while. I'm just going to write down the name Gregory for the moment. There's a message to Gregory.
Gregory.
And that is and you guys all gave your names earlier? Or identified yourself, I
Kramer did.
remember?
Yep.
Not to whatever his name is, but to the counselors it did.
Well, Damaris, your name is going to be in that email. Excuse me, email. I've been working
Letter.
too long. Letter. Snail mail. Along with, I'm trying to remember if you commented or asked anybody's name there while you were talking, not off the top of my head. But basically the information that you guys he had overheard from you guys about midnight, coming in at 10, where to meet. It seems somewhat cryptic and kind of, but it's not really in any code or anything like that. It just seems like he's trying to write discreet, like, oh, my friend Damaris is going to be meeting me at 10 o'clock at Dream's house, stuff like that. Think of that at wording, and along with if he had any of your other names, he would have added that too.
Oh, just
Cool.
so you know, after we left the place, we would have went looking for them.
Unless you made I'm assuming at some point you made a let's meet here time or something like that. Does that sound good?
Maybe.
That's up to
But
you
I think
guys.
with the information we got, it's more important to go look for them.
Damaris, you would probably have a difficult time finding currently.
Yeah.
As far as any name you have, which I believe was Samuel.
Yeah, Samuel.
Not an uncommon name.
No, not looking for him. Looking for the either Phil,
Okay, Phineas.
Phineas, or Damaris.
Well, I don't know if you could locate either of them individually. You would know where Phineas, probably his father's mansion is, his family's home.
And well, we literally already discussed like what I was doing versus what he was doing.
Yeah.
So you know that she went to go stalk him around. So
Yeah,
you know he's at the house.
Once again, where is he? How does he know? Stuff like that. I'm just trying to say he would know where the home is, but he wouldn't necessarily know where you are since you're hiding inside the house.
Yeah.
You know, so how would he know that? So,
oh yeah.
Yeah, he'll go around knocking to a couple places where Phineas could be.
Phineas would be at his home.
Yeah.
And that's where, if you servants door, the back door, excuse me, front mansion door entrance.
Oh, like Bermir would ever use a servant's door.
Hello?
And okay, so if you don't use the servants door, so I assume you're knocking at the front or the gate.
Yep.
You'll find the gate guarded. Well, at the mansion, the household guarded, some guards stay, definitely some mercenaries or hired personnel. Much brawnier or more efficient looking than your bouncer friend you just recently gave a knock to. Ooh, I was given food. So, what would you like to do, sir?
Oh, me?
Nope, I'm asking Bremer since he said he was going up to the front gate. I'm asking him how he's attempting this. If he's knocking with the hammer, talking to the guard.
Talking to the guard. Casual stuff like ask him how his day is first.
He grunts.
That bad?
It's boring as hell.
I know. I had an interesting day, so I don't have
Is
that.
there a reason
feeling.
you're talking to me, dwarf?
Yes, I hear the sea Phineas.
Do you have an appointment?
No.
Do you
But
have a name?
Bermir,
Reason for visiting Phineas? Or wanting to talk to him so I can convey this and see if he wants you to come in?
I have information for him.
As in?
He'll just say, with the dealings of Candace.
What about Candace? His hand is kindly reached out as he's crossing his arms and is, opened.
He'll hold out a copper piece.
And he just kind of rolls his eyes. I'll leave a message for him.
I don't really think you want to test my patience today.
Are you going to try? I don't know what the... Brett, what is this? I'm assuming you're trying to intimidate right now.
Basically, a social conflict, will, or strength versus will. Will is threat, strength is physical
Oh,
pain.
that I'm trying to intimidate or
Oh,
someone
well.
else?
Bremer
Okay.
is currently Mark. All right, Bremer, give me a roll. You tell me what you're going to use.
Well, I can't use physical pain. That not in a position to do that.
Just use a will roll for intimidation.
Yeah,
It's
and
not gonna work.
or if you want
That's
to
an
do
11
against his.
his will.
Oh, sorry, hit the wrong guy.
It'll just be his will score.
Yep. He failed either way.
Yeah.
I don't have an actual sheet for him, so.
Yeah. Base is 10, 10, 10, 10.
Yep. And he failed. What do you want to know? I'll leave him. I'll see if he wants to see anybody.
There
And
you
he-
go.
And he turns and I'm trying to think how a gate would work here. And he give me a few minutes, and he wanders inside.
Doors on their side.
Yep. And he goes into. Eventually, you see somebody run away. Goes into like the little guardhouse. See somebody run to the house. Short while later, comes back. All right, we're to let you in.
He
He opens
nods
the
and
gate.
goes in.
They take you to a room where Phineas meets you. Did you find her? Did you find something that happened?
I have found something of interest.
Please let me know.
Now, who is the Samuel fellow?
He looks kind of surprised. How do you know about Samuel?
I had to kill 3 people to get that information.
Why did you have to kill 3 people?
They weren't giving it to me. Squished their heads one by one.
Why? And he's trying to read you. I don't think he's going to have much of a chance because I don't have his stats up. Phineas. We're on Phineas. I actually might have something.
I think this is another intimidation.
Yes. And lying.
Combo of the 2. Technically, he did beat the shit out of someone.
It's about killing 3 people and squishing their heads one by one.
What are
Love
you
the
trying?
image, though.
Excuse me. Your intent here, so I kind of know how he's going to respond. I mean, he's definitely going to be rolling poorly.
Scaring the shit out of him. They make him like give me information.
Compliance.
Compliance. There we go.
Well, what do you want to know about Samuel?
Who is he? And why did he give him a message? Or leave him a message, I mean.
Because he was worried about Candace too. He's a good friend of ours.
He'll smile and shake his head. Not what I heard.
What'd you hear? He's looking. What'd you hear?
Working on it.
I heard he helped kidnap Candace.
He would never do that. He wants her as much as I do. I mean, he's somebody who was worried about her too.
He wants her as much as you do?
You could say he's a rival.
Wait.
But he's one of my best friends.
Try not to add in.
Remember, you
Now,
can
how
check if he's
shall I do this?
violently, of course.
You don't have to. Like, why would you inform your rival?
Why
You're
would
not-
you inform your rival?
Well, he's my friend too. I mean, he's worried about her. I want to make sure maybe he can help protect her.
Can I roll to see if he's lying or not?
Yeah, I'm sure you can.
Intellect?
I believe that is perception.
Perception also works.
Oh yeah, perception.
It works better for me. Oh, that's a 9. I'm trying to roll bad.
I mean, see,
You're sus, but he seems convincing. Almost, he's like, there might be a little more to it than you're saying, but because you're so close, but he seems like he's being honest.
I think there's still something you're not telling me. I won't be happy until I hear that.
I don't know what to make you happy. I'll buy you some rum.
That's what the people I killed gave me. It just made me more angry.
Oh, what makes you happy?
The truth.
What truth do you want?
Why you sent
Oh, am I
that
needed?
letter.
Not yet, sir.
Okay.
Unless you want to add to this conversation.
I'm good.
Well, Bremer, I mean, you're sitting there in a conversation with him. You got a read on him. He's appears to be honest, but maybe not everything's being revealed.
Yeah. But it's what parts are the truth and what parts aren't. Is he omitting anything? There's enough variables in there still to be suspicious of.
Oh, and definitely you should be, as any good, dwarf in this world should be. All right, guys, I'm going to soon have to take about a 5-minute break because too much soda.
Yep, same with me.
You do that.
So I just want to end on a good point here. Is what other information are you referring to, trying to get from a Bremer?
Maybe we should wait.
What was that?
Or if you need a few minutes to think while we take a bathroom
Before
break.
intermission.
Yep. Mark, is there anything you need to add in the next 5 minutes? 2 minutes?
Oh, yeah, I'm all good. Thank you.
Damaris, anything you're doing besides watching him? So now you're standing watching Bremer ask him questions as you're kind of hiding in the shadows as a
just
servant.
looking confused as to why you're here.
So that's where we're gonna take our 5-minute break on, or 10-minute break.
Yeah.
You guys will probably notice Bremer gripping his warhammer more and more.
All right, I'll step in after intermission.
All right, guys. So we're gonna go take a quick 5-10 minute break, refill drinks, drain bladders, and we'll be back. So we'll see you in a few. Bye. And we're back. All right, we were in an intense interrogation with Bremer beating up not beating up in this case, but
Socially.
intimidating a poor young human named Phineas, who Bremer has determined is being pretty honest, but he's maybe holding something back. And also, though disguised or in discreet mode, is Damaris as a servant somewhere nearby observing this.
One point of clarification.
Yep.
Letter was addressed to Gregory. The only Gregory I know is Father Gregory. Is a different Gregory.
is it?
Okay, cool. That's all I need to know.
I mean, all you
That's all
got
I
is a
need.
first name. Is all I'm saying. You know.
Yeah, there's only first, like if there was a last name there, then great. But if it was just Gregory, it's noted.
And Andu or Mark, are you there? Anything you were doing, so we should make note of it.
Oh yeah, I was just being the quiet, being the quiet one who was who will ready who was willing to step
Absolutely.
in if anything gets dicey.
All right, just wanted to make sure what you were doing, just to give you an opportunity to state. So, all right, Bremer, we were back to you, and you were Worf interrogating.
Dwarf interrogating.
You were stroking your hammer and looking at him.
I wasn't stroking it. I was gripping it hard.
Just gripping it. Just gripping
Yeah.
hard.
And he can basically the only way he can fully carry it is actually he can't carry it one-handed right now. He can only carry it in like two hands most of the time. For like actually giving proper strikes.
Everything all
I'm
right?
figuring maybe he's resting it on his shoulder and a
Yeah,
hand or
just like
something.
Yeah.
Squeeze.
Carrying and being able to wield as a weapon, different.
He'll look up and down Phineas.
Any more questions you want to ask him or answers? And if you give a perception check and pass, you might even spot Damaris somewhere in the crowd.
He'll just do a perception check. No reason not to.
Beat a 10.
17.
Yeah, there. Yes, high.
You'll see Damaris kind of dressed in a servant's outfit or appearing
Pretending
to
like
be.
I'm doing stuff while listening. I'm dusting.
But I mean, just so
Now,
you know that
which-
she's there.
Now, which should I break first? The leg or the arm? And he'll look at Phineas.
Oh, why are you wanting to break things? I thought I was going to help you and you were going to help me find Candace. Why? He's scared because, yeah, I don't know. Big hammer.
Now, have you ever had tough times with this Samuel between your rivalry?
Sorry, I missed that.
Have you ever had tough times with Samuel with your rivalry?
Well, of course we have. I mean, sometimes he wins, sometimes I win. We place bets all the time, and he kind of looks. Candace is our bet right now.
Yes. And did he win or lose?
Currently I'm losing. She's not here, and I want to rescue her. I do care for her. I do care what happens to her. Unless you guide the conversation, Bremer. Right now he's kind of cowered in the chair. What is Damaris doing? Why are you watching us?
Damaris will like just kind of, just. Is there a reason why you're telling a bunch of people about this supposed to be fairly secret gathering, drop off of money?
And he looks surprised when you start talking.
Oh yeah, she's like, I'm done.
You're here to.
Yes.
And he's looking. I was hoping they would help me.
Who? Who's they?
He mentioned.
So there's multiple.
Well, he said Samuel.
Okay, who's the other ones? Because there's multiple.
I'm sorry, I thought he meant Samuel.
Oh, keep going. There's more.
There is?
Yes, there is. I know you know. I'm not going to tell you their names, but I know their name.
He seems confused because you're confusing him, even though Tim knows what's going on. He doesn't know you've read the letters and other things like that.
Oh, yeah.
Only name I have Samuel.
You're a very good actor.
Thank you.
Bremer will be twirling around his hammer in his hand.
What more do you want to know from me?
I want you to tell the truth
On
because
what?
you've sent out letters. You've dropped off messages at the place where you were attacked at. And you're recruiting people to come to a location.
I'm not recruiting anybody. I was just telling friends, or maybe they would come and help us.
Okay, but why didn't you tell us that, the people who are in charge of actually?
Because I didn't know if they were going to show up or not.
Why didn't you let us know first?
Because I don't know. Because I don't know. He seems sincere.
I want to roll perception now.
You must. I said seems sincere on purpose.
Mari sheet. Perception sucks. Roll anyway. That was a 9. So
you rolled the same as Bremer earlier.
So you're a very good actor.
Can I roll again?
You would have to have another reason to roll or something that would trigger a new reason to.
Well, he has new information that he just learned of.
Oh, what was that?
About the letters.
Yeah, she said that she sent out letters to people along with him going to a location.
Well, it would need a little more.
Yeah.
Okay. His reaction. Yeah, I'll allow you to read his reaction to that. Give you an opportunity to read that information.
Well, it's just worse.
You're distracted by the fact the mayor has just appeared.
Hi, how did you get here?
I mean, you see her there, and it was like, then you were thought, and she just started talking. He said, "Oh, okay." You seem convinced that he's being honest, Bremer, and where Damaris is now. He could be right. He's probably right. He's probably telling the truth, but
is it that he's convincing and telling the truth, or is that I just can't tell that he's lying?
Yes.
Who's Gregory?
He's a friend of both me and Candace's.
Okay, you have a lot of friends.
Well, of course we do. No, he's more of a mentor.
Oh. Mentoring about?
Well, I shouldn't say mentor as much as we discuss philosophies and stuff with him.
Okay, what kind of philosophies?
And he will go off on various. Tim is not good at philosophy, but he would have some basic knowledge of it as far as Phineas. He starts discussing,
Is it positive? Is it nihilistic? Is it like religious? What's up?
It seems more maybe anarchist.
Cool. Fantastic. Love that.
But more along the lines of definitely wealth and nobility are more better than the poor and that sort.
Of course.
Or that you earn your privilege and you have to fight to keep it, etc. That sort of more mentality along that.
Love that.
But definitely of a rich kid, spoiled kid philosophy, just give the, even though I don't know what that would even be in real life, but you know, what you portrayed in fiction.
Fantastic. So you believe in fighting for what you deserve.
Oh yes. Is there anything wrong with that?
No, but well, now to go back to what he wanted to do you deserve your legs?
Yes.
You sure? Are you absolutely
yes,
positive?
yes. I mean, I definitely need my legs to come and help you save Candace.
You absolutely need your legs. Do you deserve your legs?
Yes.
Because it seems like they can be taken from you fairly easily by this large object right here that he is holding.
I think that could take anybody's legs, not
Yes.
just mine.
Yes. However, you're currently in this situation where you're facing a conundrum, where your legs might be taken. If
What do you want to
cooperate.
know? And he's starting to shed tears again. And he's scared.
You know what I want to know.
No, I don't. You're not telling me what you. I'll tell you what you want to know if you tell me what you want to know.
Who else have you told about the little rendezvous that's going to happen at midnight? Because before you said just Samuel, and now I've mentioned Gregory, and now it's just Gregory too? No, who else?
I don't know who they might have said, but hopefully they'll come and help.
More names. Those aren't names.
Bob, Tom, Jerry, he lists off like a bunch. I mean, like, I don't know who.
You don't
I asked
know
them
who
to get
you
help.
sent.
I
You do
didn't.
not
He
know
didn't
whose
send.
name you wrote down.
He did not send letters individually to these people.
Yeah.
Just so you know, in like the one to Gregory, is he was just sending information to one or two people. You only intercepted one.
And that's why she's asking him to see if he did any more that she didn't see, and also who he talked to, and all that.
He doesn't seem to be no obvious signs that he's lying about any more information given out. But he starts naming off names. These are all friends of ours. Maybe they could, that Gregory or Samuel might ask to help. And if you wouldn't even take, I mean, he seems to be making up names at a certain point because he starts listing off about 20, 30. He's scared. He just keeps naming off names.
And so she goes, so I specifically asked all these people that you've invited to this situation, and you just gave me about 20 names.
I just said that maybe they would ask him to come. I just sent it to people I knew were worried about Candace. You are entitled to another perception roll at any point sometime in this.
Fantastic. Let's just do that.
Yeah, let's do this. Perception rolls again.
No. Still 9.
15.
Thank you. Fuck.
You honestly know that he's, not honestly, no, you know that he's making up names at a certain point. And probably most of them aren't real names that he knows people. I mean, and his tears seemed kind of forced.
Convenient.
Horse?
Crocodile.
Forced.
Yeah.
Like, maybe he's a much better, as good as actor as Damaris thinks.
Well,
but
one
it's
swing at
kind of subtle.
Bring her swinging at one of the legs. He's losing patience.
Oh, well, then tell me what you do to his leg. And this is going to be a corruption added to you, by the way. Hitting an unarmed person. He's not
armed with
a threat. He's armed with his lies. It's inflicting damage. I would have to reread the rules 100%. I don't have them up in front of me.
I wouldn't give out corruption for that.
Like if you kill him, yes.
Yeah,
But-
okay.
Yeah, if I
I
kill
don't
him,
get it.
yes.
Yeah, I'll give you a little leeway on that one. So
Yeah, I always give more leeway than what people would think at first for corruption.
well, tell me what you do for damage to him. He's gonna try to definitely avoid it.
Of course. I try to avoid it.
There's his defense. Okay.
17 the hit, and it's 7 damage.
Where are you inflicting damage upon him? Knee,
Basically right on the knee.
chin. Oh, okay. And 7 points of damage.
Yep.
He screams out as you just bent his leg 90 degrees the wrong direction. And he's laying on the ground wailing. I mean, just to give you he only has 11 hit points.
Yep. I knew hitting him with the warhammer could probably kill him.
So he's screaming as his knee is just like literally bent the wrong way. And he's off on the chair. He's laying on the ground, grabbing at what used to be his kneecap.
Phineas, was
Don't
that worth
touch it.
Get all of you give a perception check at the over the screaming though. And
Because
those
people
of you
respond.
with a decent intelligence would know that this might attract attention.
Of course.
Might be get a boon.
Why am I just
Decent
rolling nines?
intelligence.
You get
Only
a boon
nines.
if you're expecting, screaming to attract attention. I'll leave
Cool,
that up
10.
to your individual choices. So.
23.
You definitely hear noises in the distance. You're not the only servant in the general area, Damaris.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe
Of
not
course.
in the. So you start hearing other screams and other things, and this is a fairly wealthy mansion with guards. So expect what you should expect. But you have a
Mind
few
closing the
moments.
door?
Door is probably closed, but you have a few moments to decide what you're going to do. I'm just giving you the heads up. Excuse me.
Close the door. Lock the door.
Put something up against the door.
Yeah. Barricade. Isolate. Phineas, was that worth it?
Grimorium's basically going to be over top of him, screaming at him to tell the truth.
I am. He's screaming and crying and withering in pain. You're going to have to direct his attention, probably, over to pain. I mean, you're just telling him, tell him the truth. He starts telling you sins he's done since he's a child. Then I stole candy from the thing. I took this from there. I peeked at this girl when I was so and so. Things like that.
Yeah, he's going to hold his hammer over top of his head.
Vermeer,
Now,
can you
don't tell
handle...
us what we want to know now. It just drops.
Okay, yeah, I'll let Damaris make her comment there before we let the...
Vermeer, can you handle the door and the people who may start coming through, and I will handle him?
Yep.
Perhaps. Patience.
Yeah, swap jobs.
Swap jobs.
Thank you for saving me.
I wasn't saving you, honey. You probably should be more afraid of me.
And he kind of looks startled at that little comment. And just so I get before you go on, Mark, Andrew, what are you doing? Just to make sure are you just observing? Want to make sure you have an opportunity?
don't think he's present. He's not in the video.
No, we lost him again. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we got you two at it then.
What was I gonna say?
So go ahead, Damaris. Oh, he's back. Coming back.
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
Everything okay?
We just
Oh,
you
nice.
dropped off, and I was just wanting to ask before we continue the discussion with Phineas, if there's anything you want to do, as you was just observed Bramir smashing the guy's knee, standing over him, threatening more, and then Damaris says, "Oh, why don't you go watch the door, Bramir?" And then smiles kindly at Phineas on the ground, saying, "You should be more scared of me, more than as he thanks for." But anything you want to do or add to this interrogation? Because that's, I think, what we've digressed to.
Everything's everything's fine with me.
Okay, you're just observing. Okay, I just want to make sure, giving you an opportunity to put your 2 cents in worth. All right, then we're back to Damaris. You're standing over Phineas, doing what?
So Phineas, I understand that you want to perhaps find her. You care for her very deeply, but you're not cooperating to help us. You're not giving us straight information. You're
not asking. What do you want to know?
I told you what I want to know, and you gave me a list of 20 names of people to come to a location that no one's supposed to know.
I don't know who. I left a message for Samuel. And you. How do you know my letter to Gregory? But yeah, I sent one to him to let him know that.
Yes, but you lied to him when you said that was the only person you talked to. When I brought up that name, all of a sudden there's a second name.
I wrote a letter I didn't talk to.
Okay, do I have to be extremely precise about this?
I don't know.
Who did you tell about the situation? Why did you tell them?
So they would come and help?
You keep saying that.
I don't know what you're asking. And he's quivering. He's just... you guys are hearing more activity outside your room you're in? Just FYI?
Yeah, Bramir's basically braced up against the door with multiple objects.
Nope, just so you know. I mean, there's windows in other places. I mean, you're on like the second, somewhere on the first story somewhere. I mean, if you really needed to.
Yeah, we're basically probably going to jump out windows to get out.
Yep, but
security detail.
Run through the courtyards, etc. All right, but is there a specific question you're asking him very like, who else have you asked? He's trying to come up with names for you and stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, who else have you asked? Why did you tell them about it? Why do you think that that'll help the situation? Do you actually care for her to make the situation even worse?
Most of the questions, I mean, are just to make so we don't go into a long, torturous thing. But over the next question, he'll say, "No, I didn't send anything to anybody else. I mean, it was just those. The other letters were business. I swear." And he'll tell you something else. I mean, it's legitimate, just because I don't have anything to cover it. But the one to Gregory, he is he was I was hoping he would come and we would be able to just more people. You guys there's only 3 of you. And if they couldn't come, then I wasn't going to tell you so that you wouldn't worry. But if they could, yes.
How many people does he think's going to be there?
Phineas, he's hoping.
No, in terms of like the other squad.
Phineas is hoping maybe 2 or 3 other people might be there to help.
Mm.
If you
Not
interrogate.
to help. Not to help, because he said like we're gonna call extra people for basically saying if he knows about the situation before the situation is happening, in terms of like the other people who are coming to pick up money.
You would not have found that in the letter. It was more the information.
She's asking him.
Oh.
Directly.
I didn't tell him about any money in the letter or anything. I just said that they show what time and place, so maybe we could follow or attack them and get her back. I didn't think the 3 of you looked enough.
Why don't you think the 3 of us could do that?
He's looking at a petite. He's looking at a petite little you, a dwarf with a big hammer who just smacked him really good, and a non-talkative mage who just sits in the back and stares at people.
Mm-hmm. We have our own people we could call. So it just sounds like you know what's there before we're there.
Well, I just know people who worry about Candace and trying to get them to help. I knew they would. And that he seems sincere about, as far as getting people to help find Candace.
Mm. Well,
I mean, if you want to do a perception check, I'll give you something.
I'm going to just roll a 9 again. Doot. An 11.
11.
Ooh.
2 more.
When he says find Candace, it may not be as much as it's definitely about finding her, but maybe not for the same reasons he's implying. He emphasizes a little too much.
Find Candace. They're not recover Candace. Find her. Just locate, find.
Yep, that's what you get out of. Yep, that's what you're. Yep. That's what you get out of that perception check.
So after we find Candace, do you plan on bringing her back here? Did you set up any type of recovery, or is you just going to give her back to her dad, or what's the plan?
Get her back home, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And return her here.
Home or here?
Well, I mean home. And he legitimately means, he seems to say bring her back here.
Okay.
Home. To recover her. Like I don't know what term might be proper. But still the same feeling you get before is it's more about getting her back than maybe anything else, or locating her.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like you're not going to be able to help us with your unfortunately damaged leg. So stay here, be safe. Don't interfere anymore. Don't call extra people to help us. We don't need your help. Thank you. You have done more than enough for the day.
Why did you hurt me? Why? And he's crying. And I just wanted to help Candace. I just wanted to find her.
Don't be so suspicious and stop crying so much. Anyway, we should go.
And looking at the other 2, I'm assuming that's who you're saying that to?
Yes.
Bremer, Andu, what is your plan of exit?
Through the window.
We found the right window, the clear one.
I'm sure there's a window you can break through away from towards the back of the
Direction
place.
of the guards.
Yeah, they were coming towards the door. As you break through the window and jump out, I'm not going to interfere with you escaping, but you're chased for a while and you manage to make your way out a back gate through the garden or elude through the mansion and out into the streets. And soon lost. Pursuit is gone.
Steals a flower in the garden.
Okay.
Snatch, run, grab.
And I'm going to say it's about 3 or 4 in the afternoon after all your going around and sneaking and eventually getting some time to question.
Yeah.
So you got a few hours to rest, relax, browse, whatever you choose to do.
Going to go back to.
Oh, yes.
Yes? What would you like to do, Mark? If anything?
Do you have anything, or?
Are we in combat?
No, not anything at this point. No, not anymore. We were in a little before. Right now we're in just afterwards. What are you doing before 10 o'clock so that I know if you're going to do anything before it's time to meet up with Master Dream?
Yes. So she's going to meet up with Master Dream like almost immediately after that whole thing. Try like a nice little like cover up of Phineas got injured a bit more because he was kind of suspicious in regards to the information that he was handing out to people about the situation, would possibly endanger you and your daughter more. So if you hear anything about that, that's the situation.
Okay.
Let's clean
He
that
seems
up.
a little concerned. Is he all right? You guys didn't hurt him or anything, right?
Oh no, has injury. He will not be joining us, but he is alive. So he's
I don't want to know anymore.
He's fine.
He just puts
recovering.
his hand out to you. I don't want to know anymore. Just
fantastic.
Get my daughter back.
Yes.
I will see you at 10. And and he just, I don't want to know. He just looks away from you guys and just kind of, when it's all done, you can tell me. Right now, I don't want to know. Just
fantastic.
Get her back.
Yes.
The less I know, it may be safer.
Yes.
Just don't harm the innocent.
Oh, it wasn't innocent. It's fine. Bye.
He seems, and in that statement, he says he is sincere. He doesn't want anybody to hurt the innocent. But, most people don't, but, it happens. All right.
Going to.
Go ahead. I was going to ask what
Vermeer's going to liquid smoke to make sure that letter doesn't get to Samuel.
Oh yeah. I'll remain passive.
You're gonna follow anybody else? Do your own? Go someplace and rest? What you gonna do, Andrew?
Oh, I'll be around.
You gonna follow one in particular? I just want to make sure I know where to go. Where are you going?
Is Damaris still doing stealthy stuff?
No, she just got done doing socially stuff, and now she's gonna. How many hours we have? Like 5.
Yeah, it was about 4 or 5 in the afternoon, probably about after the time you met Dream.
So take a nap because we're gonna be up all morning, night.
You'd be up for a while. So, I know that I'm drawing a blank on Jordan's character, but he was staying at, one of you were staying at Gregor's place. One or two of you?
Vermeer.
Was staying at Father Gregory's.
Others have other locations to stay at, so I don't know. Bremer, what was your plan then? Just to make sure.
Bremer's going to liquid smoke to retrieve the letter that's supposed to go to Samuel, make sure he doesn't
you're
get
still,
it. And then
It
he's
was
going to
ju-
go back to.
Just so you know, yeah, it was kind of a verbal message with a note, Samuel. So
Yeah, he's going to make sure tell the bartender not to pass that note
okay,
on.
so you're you need me you need me to you still need me to do something or no?
That's up to you. If you wanted to do something between now and 10 o'clock when you were meeting, if you wanted to prepare, rest, sleep, etc. And as far as Bremer, yeah, you probably had the note from earlier if you wanted to keep it, the physical letter.
Yeah, he's carrying that
You
up.
want to know if I want to keep a physical letter?
No, Mark. Sorry, two different people, two different conversations. Bremer was asking about something. You said you were just gonna take your time and follow or relax for a second. So let me finish with Bremer for just a second. So, yeah, as far as if you wanted to talk to the bartender, that's up to you.
Yeah, talk to the bartender, make sure she knows not to pass the message on, and burning the physical note.
It was just more or less a quick note of 1 or 2 lines, so it wasn't anything serious.
Then it's going back to Father Gregory's to go rest.
And she will tell you that she won't tell him.
Starting a perception for that?
That's up to you.
That's a 10.
She might be monetarily more convinced, but right now she's kind of
Everyone wants more money.
But she probably, you don't think she'd probably keep her word at this point. Not for what you're offering, just, hey, don't tell. You're just asking
if it's
her.
a little bit more incentive, I can just sit in the corner there.
If you want to stay all
show
night.
her Warhammer, his Warhammer.
He only offers threats, not money.
I don't have money.
I have fear.
I won't tell him anything, she promises.
Just to make sure. And he will ask her to come towards him.
No, sir. You scare me.
I just need your hand.
You're going to give it back, right?
Yes.
She moves hesitantly towards him, excuse me.
He'll cast a rune of binding on her.
A rune of what?
Rune of binding, so I'll just leave a mark.
Okay, and what is he going to follow up with that conversation? It just leaves a mark on her.
If you tell him, I can't guarantee your safety.
I promise not to tell him.
Thanks. And he'll leave.
Damn, I played a DM for too long in wordings. All right.
Yeah, he'll go back to Father Gregory's.
She goes in the back and tells the restaurant person, her friend in back there, when Samuel gets in, tell him this. Gets around your conversation. You see that off screen.
Not knowing what the brand does that's on her body, the magical brand.
He didn't say anything about the brand. He said, if you tell Samuel, and she said she wouldn't tell Samuel. But there's more
she
going on.
She doesn't actually know what the brand does, so.
But
Yeah.
you only told her not to tell Samuel.
The implication was something bad may happen if you say something while you have a magical brand on you.
Oh, he said to tell Samuel if she told Samuel. That's why she was being. There's more going on here than you may be aware, but you haven't quite flipped the trigger yet. Just so players know the difference with the characters now. There's some behind the scenes shit you haven't figured out.
I know there's behind the sheets.
Yeah.
Sheet stuff that you haven't figured out. There's always behind the sheet stuff that you haven't figured out.
Yep. But we'll leave it going. So some of you are taking naps, most of you are returning. We can jump ahead to meeting back at Master Green's. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else between there and then? Otherwise, that's where we're gonna. Gets to be about 10 o'clock, and you are at the. He has you meet him at his warehouse, which is near the dock district anyway.
Yep.
And when you get there, you'll find a few other. There's some more security around the warehouse than previously. Last time you were there, and also the mayor is also there. She is also there, and she's giving Master Dream some. I want to trying to think of the word encouragement about his daughter returning and being safe. Trying to be positive to him as he gathers the money and gets ready. You see him counting out the coins on his desk. 100 silver. He puts it in a decent sized bag. Ties it up. I'm to believe this they said they were going to mark a crate behind the old fishery brothel.
Yeah, before you put it in there, I need to cast something on the coin. One of the coins.
Sure. And he sets one of the silver down near you or allows you to. I mean.
How long until he has to drop it off?
He's to drop it off at midnight.
2 hours.
So Bramir needs to put the coin in the bag like 30 minutes before midnight for the random finding to even have effect.
Okay. You'll have an opportunity of prior if you needed to. You can make that opportunity for yourself. But you have like 2 hours before the drop off is. There are other things you could possibly be doing, so I want to give you guys all plenty of opportunity. So is there anything you're doing prior to this? Are you just sitting in the office with them waiting?
Is there a reason why he called us to the office to be there so early?
Basically, so you know, he knows what you're doing, what they're doing, giving you an opportunity to any finalized plans with them, since he's the one who has to be dropping it off, according to what the note said, where it is, providing you with the information and opportunity to set up or do anything you want to do. There are suggestions in the module, but I want to make sure you guys attempt to do it without that first.
Yeah.
So suggestions would be, you know where this is supposed to take place. Have you, cased the area, basically.
I mean, that was one of the plans she was going to bring up. So there's casing the area beforehand. She planned on basically letting them take the silver and then following them to wherever they take the silver. Like, don't just attack
Yep.
them right there at that moment. Make sure that it's not a complete trap first,
Yes.
because they could be also trying to take him as well. He is also worth a lot, and I'm sure he can
He's
be
worth more.
He's worth a lot more, actually. So the fact that he has to be the one who drop it off at the specific location, he could also be trapped. So keep in mind that.
Yeah, this is the time you guys should kind of think of a few plans here about the drop off and.
But mostly the plan she would like to present is just when the silver is dropped off, don't and people come to pick it up. First, stay hidden. Second, as actually see where they take the silver, and then you can hit there.
Who's familiar with the neighborhood or would be familiar with where are we? Gavel. I'm trying to think of the docks and the Gavel area.
Let me check.
Let me.
Districts.
Yep, that's what I have to look at. Districts. This would be in the Gavel area. Oh no, not Gavel. Grievings area and and the docks. Because this would be the old fishery brothel is where it's behind, which is under the docks area.
Premier's not familiar with it, so.
Yeah. And it's nearby where you currently are, just so you know, because his warehouse is near the docks area. Even though, and that would be the Boneyard Wealthy. Yeah.
Having a criminal background of carouser, prostitutes, maybe. For the old fishery specifically.
Yeah, even though it's a brothel in the neighborhood, it's right near the water's edge. It used to be an actual old fishery where they used to, slowly over the years, has become a brothel instead. So it's right near the water's edge. And if you look at the image I have placed on roll 20, it's similar to that. Probably many businesses are like that up and down the sides of the docks and so forth in the dock district. Definitely some larger port areas too, but this is a large inland sea that it's connected to, not an ocean.
So in terms of scouting the area, she'd probably be at least familiar with that building, not the area itself, because she doesn't stay there because ill. But
yeah, you've probably been general area as far as familiar with. It's not anything complicated, but you know the old fishery and that area can be observed from other alleyways, rooftops. There's other, even if you want to maybe even get into the place itself, the brothel itself,
just
and
actually
look out
talk
the back.
to them.
Yeah, I mean, just for observing or getting in place, so you have some plans here.
Mm-hmm.
So I leave that up to you.
Just be like, hi, I have to pretend to be an employee here. Don't disregard me. It's official stuff. Don't worry about it.
And keep in mind, this is the alley behind, not necessarily, so you just have to maybe rooftops, windows, something you can be watching from.
Yep.
Premier could pretend to be a drunken dwarf.
Yeah.
Pretend?
He just be in the alleyway, just knocked out, with bottles around him. Just absolutely.
Once again, not a problem. You guys have to set it up, though. I mean, you got like 2 hours unless you wanted to do things a little earlier.
Find Bromir a couple gallon sales and he'll get drunk.
Don't actually get drunk.
Excuse me. Oof.
Make you look
Even
drunk.
then, it's
Please
still
don't be
quite
actually
hard.
drunk. Unless it makes you fight better. Then
It doesn't make-
absolutely.
Drunken master.
Yes.
So he'll
you
find
got,
some rags to cover his stuff in, like his
All right.
armor and stuff. And he'll have to go down, do a little bit of scouting before the hide his warhammer somewhere.
Yep. So your plan is to go down there early and hide somewhere in the alley where they're going to be, just to make sure I'm understanding correct.
Basically slouched over, basically passed out, pretending to be passed out.
Yep, that's what I mean. Somewhere passed out in the alley, in appearance. Might eventually have to have you make an acting skill roll. What are you doing, Damaris?
She'll. As she told the people at the brothel, I'm pretending I work here. I know it's suspicious. Don't worry about it. I'll tell you later. It'll be a great story. I'm gonna go on a roof and smoke.
Not quite that easy. I don't mind you getting in there. Not quite that easy. Because it is a place where somebody does run the brothel.
Yes.
Walking into her house might not be quite that easy.
I mean,
that's your intent. I don't think it'll be difficult, but especially since she's a businesswoman.
I will pay you.
I'm just trying to find her name, and I'm
Marge,
yes. Quite attractive young lady, younger lady.
Madge, right? Sorry.
Old Madge, yep. But
Old
she doesn't
Madge, a young woman.
Yep. What are you asking to do?
I have to do some shady shit. It does not involve any of your girls. It does not affect your business whatsoever. I mostly need to go on your roof and just be around.
If you just want to use the roof to watch something,
yeah.
A few shillings she'll do.
Absolutely. Pay a toll.
Yep, basically that's what it is. I mean, she's a businesswoman and you're
also a businesswoman.
Yeah, and she's gonna also just don't cause any damages here if you're doing anything. If you just
Oh no, absolutely not. Just watching. Give her how much I have. I think I have 2 shillings.
That'll work.
Sure, 2.
And they show you a back stairway that would go to get you up to the attic where you could possibly access, unless you want to climb up the outside to get to the actual roof. That's up to you to decide.
To the outside. Better access to follow.
All right. And this is approximately a 3-story building, by the way.
Fun.
Height-wise, 30 feet approximately.
Love height. Hopefully it won't fall.
Don't fall in this system. It hurts a lot.
You gain access through to the roof without too much difficulty through a window in the attic.
Cool. She's just gonna pretend like she's a smoking prostitute on a break, just up here chilling.
Yep, and just the basic peak roof and stuff. Let's do some weather check just to see what we got for weather tonight.
Please don't be raining.
It's appropriate for the season. We're later fall, so it's cooler. No rain or anything right now.
Yay.
Clear night. So stars and moon are out.
Fantastic.
Bremer, you're drunk, appearing to be drunk and laying in the alleyway. Correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Andu, are you doing anything or to hide, observe? Mark, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here.
What would you like to be doing since these two are staking out the place where they are doing? I just want to make sure I have you located somewhere in general.
Oh,
Bremer is playing a drunk, passed out dwarf in the alley. Damaris is on the ceiling of the on the roof of the brothel, staring down into the alleyway. We'll do a
Okay.
stealth check eventually if she really needs to. But what are you doing? Last we heard, you were taking a nap and then showing up at the office and following them.
Okay.
Are you going?
And I'm currently awake now, right?
Yeah, I mean, you tell me what you're doing. Yeah, they're in that, and this is about an hour to 2 hours prior to midnight. They're setting up and getting ready to observe the drop-off location.
Okay. I'll.
All right.
What were you gonna ask?
I was just gonna say, are you gonna be there, hiding in an alley, hiding a roof? I'm trying to give you some options and opportunity to stay. While you're talking and thinking about that, I'll be right back. I'm thirsty.
Okay.
I can still hear you. So what are you gonna do, Mark?
Okay. I guess I could chill in an alley.
All right. Observing from what I assume slight distance away.
We can't hear you very well from distance.
Yeah, I'm not that far away. Just a second. Okay, there I am. I'm just getting cotton mouth, and it's kind of hard to talk to you. Yeah, if you're sitting in an alley across the street, I'm assuming, or something like that, just to get a general idea.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ask you to make a stealth roll. I am also going to ask you to make a stealth roll, Damaris, at a +2 boon.
Yep.
Because you're on the roof above the rest of them. Bremer, how would you like to handle your acting skills? And what are you doing to...
What agility?
How are you going to be setting up your drunken dwarf in the alley next to the drop-off? Ooh, Damaris, lucky you got some dreams.
Passed out on a bag of something?
Pretend to pass out? I mean, I'm just, you're just laying there. I'm just trying to get bottles around you. You poured the alcohol over yourself to smell like...
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually took a couple swigs.
You're a dwarf, it's expected.
Yeah. Okay. More than a couple swigs.
Yeah, to stay warm.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to think what would be the best for this sort of
kind of warhammer under something.
I'm assuming there's plenty of garbage, but I'm trying to, figure out what in another system I might use acting or something like that. But I'm trying to think what wasn't be in this one for.
It'd be agility or intellect. I'd lean more toward intellect.
Yeah, that's what I'm leaning towards too. Intellect. And a +1 boon because you made some accommodations to smell like alcohol and other things.
And he has he's wearing basically rags over top of his armor.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 9.
All right, that might come into play a little later.
Yep. I rolled a 1 on the boon.
Yeah.
Not hide that hammer well enough.
Andu or Mark, what did you roll for any sort of stealth there?
Oh. Let me go ahead and make a stealth roll.
Agility.
Yep. I heard something roll, but I don't see it.
I don't see it. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I didn't do anything yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that,
This is just so I can know what will happen when things start to roll
but
into
yeah,
place here.
so yeah, okay. So I click on the modifier.
Yep.
Oh, and I roll. Yep. Ooh.
Ooh. Oh, damn.
Well, that's fun.
All
Super
right, that'll
fun.
be that'll be interesting.
Yep. That was a 2 for the audience.
Yeah. All right, I have to figure out how this may all roll into place here. Just a second.
Mm-hmm. And next game, combat.
Combat.
Unless
right.
Sure.
Andrew can act his way out of it.
All right. The alleyway where Dreen is to make his ransom drop can be seen from a number of nearby locations, including the windows of the old fishery overlooking the rubbish-strewn street and the rooftops of nearby buildings. As you're rummaging around in the back there, Vermeer, you already find that there's a crate marked with a X on it in charcoal. Do you do anything with that box? Since you're the only one in the alley that I know would be nearby, because you said you were staying in that alley.
Peek inside, see if it's actually empty, or see if there's a fuse on it, or a trap, or something that'll explode and be horrible.
He would find nothing. He would just be an open box, just if he does.
Fine.
Oh,
but I get where you can.
Butt check.
What was that?
Inside of the box, just keep
Nothing much, Mark, right now. So there's
just
yeah,
the
there's
inside of the box going cast rune finding.
inside the box. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, it's getting about 11:30 at night. You guys are all crunched in and hiding in the shadows, supposedly, or thinking you are at least. And as midnight rolls around, you'll see a large figure you recognize as Master Dream walking by, coming into the alley. To finally close, I mean, he's got a cloak pulled over, but you know, he wanders through the alley. Bremer, you clearly see him for who he is since you're in there. And he finds the crate with the X on it and puts the coins inside it. Or at least you hear the chink of the bag of coins.
Yeah.
And he leaves. Anything before I continue? Just giving anybody a chance.
Kind of sort of watch him from the roof to make sure he like gets safely out of the alley.
He leaves from you and you lose track of him around the edge of the building eventually.
Yeah, as long as he's out of the area ish.
Out of your line of vision. So
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me. Dreen delivers the coins as instructed. You maybe wait not even 5 minutes. And along comes this, a few minutes later after he leaves, a battered human-shaped clockwork comes walking through. He appears to be very scrap-worn, beaten, as in worn, not as in beat up and just generally not good shape. Enters the alley and stumbles over Bremer. And I'm sorry. And he says it in a mechanical voice that I can't imitate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Going, rumbling, kind of groan, and then cough.
And eventually, I mean, he goes into the crate and grabs the bag of coins. He just kind of looks down at you. Just be quiet about this, and then wanders away.
This is cute.
That's the point. I mean, you're seeing him leave. You saw him take the coins. You're seeing him leave down the alley.
Stop.
And as soon as he comes out the end of the alley, he looks right at Andu, and with this, even though he's mechanically pauses, because he's like sitting in the alleyway that he's supposed to be hiding in.
Mm-hmm.
But the light's just flickering on him in and out of the shadow because, you know, he rolled so poorly.
This is when he casts invisibility on himself to make the clockwork go crazy.
What are you after, cat? Sorry, I got buzz butt going around my feet. And he sees Anu and takes off. I mean, he tries to be running. He's clanking around in a clockwork form.
Well, he should be easier to follow then, because he's clank, 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 clank. So
Well,
try to scramble down the building and not fall.
all right. Give me an agility test for climbing or strength, whichever you feel better at.
Let's do strength, because agility is horrible today. 21.
Oh, you parkour right down that building. And you land right next to Bremer, who's just getting up. You were so quick.
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing, Bremer?
Grabbing his warhammer.
And following?
Just going to start stumbling in the general direction. Just saying I'll catch up.
He had one too many.
Yep.
Andrew, you following when you see Damaris come out of the alleyway and Bremer quickly behind?
Yeah,
Bremer's not being
I'll
quick.
follow Damaris.
All right. Damaris, you're not losing track of them. Give me a perception check just to make sure.
Yep. Do I get any boons because he's loud?
I'll give you a boon just because he's somewhat panicked because he got scared seeing Andu standing at the end of the alley right when he came out of the other alley.
8.
That sucks.
All right. Andu, give me a roll for perception, please. You're there. You're following behind.
Alrighty, cool. Perception.
That's intelligence. It should be a separate roll.
So intellect.
Intellect has a perception bubble right next to it and a modifier right below that. And you can hit that.
Yeah, I see it. Thank you.
Why doesn't it?
19.
Yeah. Damaris looks around suddenly. I mean, she's a little shorter than you, and you see, oh, he went that way. As he turns a corner around into another alley. And you follow.
Mm-hmm.
Give me both Bremer, all of you give me a perception check.
Okay, you want me to go again?
Yep, it's totally separate meaning for this one.
11.
Can I get boon because I have dark sight?
All right. So
yes, you definitely get a boon.
That's a 20.
so I can roll again with a boon.
Only if he had dark sight. He's a dwarf.
No, because you're human.
So you're human, so you have no.
Okay.
So just roll for separate reasons. So far, we got 2 people successes, so you'll be involved anyway. But since we got 2 successes, if you roll, Maris and Bremer, you see some dark cloak figures also following, coming out of some alleyways nearby.
No, no.
And so does Andu.
Yes.
You also see these because you all rolled successes on your perception check. As you guys are following the clockwork, you see those of you who rolled such over 15 can identify that there's probably 5 cloaked figures following behind you. Chasing behind you. Yeah.
Mm.
You guys took off after the clockwork, and now there's some people also coming behind you. Like they're following kind of all of you, or them too, or I'll let you make that connection yourself.
I think 2 of us go back to deal with those 5, and one of us continues chasing the clockwork.
Running. Y'all have fun.
Are you? I mean, tell me what you're doing. I mean, I can
Demars
react.
is going to continue pursuing.
All right.
Attempting to be stealthy with it, but
If you want to attempt to be stealthy with it, go right ahead. Give me a roll. If you got anything that you think might be helpful to add a boon to it, go for it.
let me check actually.
It being dark out, that's the only one I can think of.
Yeah, but I'm also thinking she might have a background or something that might add some additional.
Do we want to toss on being a murderer? Like,
That's
there's a pretty running from me.
I'm thinking more of her stealth skills, not necessarily, you could
I
add
mean, murdering is a stealthy thing you should be stealthy at without getting arrested. Like,
a murderer could be using a loud gun too, so not so
well,
stealthy.
that's what she does. She's like very
sure,
subtle.
let's go ahead. I mean, you're not. I will give you stealth because it's dark out and you're trying to be. I have no problem with that. It's a good storyline.
I'm stalking a victim. It's great.
You're stalking somebody. We'll use your stalking skills.
Yes. Strength or agility?
That's I would say agility in this case.
It is agility.
Yep.
Don't roll a 9. 13.
You have no problem, at least as far as you know, staying in the shadows. Nobody's noticing you, or you're not being noticed anymore. Suddenly, Bremer and Andu, do you turn around and face the 5, or the people following you? Hey, that's
Warhammer in hand.
Yeah.
Andu?
Yeah, I'm right here.
No, I'm just saying, do you turn and face them, or do you follow Damaris? I'm just confirming.
Turn and face.
Oh yeah, I'm
So
following.
you guys go by.
Because there's 5 people coming up behind you, and Damaris was following 1, so I want to make sure I know what you're doing.
Oh yeah, I'm still following Damaris.
Okay, so Bremer is the only one who turned around.
Damaris gave the instruction. Both of you handle those guys. I'm going. So
I
he wants to
leave
go
the
against that
discussion.
instruction?
I'm leaving that up to you guys to decide yourself. I won't direct.
Yep, I'm asking him. I'll
Okay,
then trigger another response from her.
As you, just to maybe this will help a little bit too, you can pause a second, Andu, as she gives an instruction, you turn, and Bremer, you also turn. And 3 of them break off and go down other alleys as you turn towards them, and only 2 are standing before you,
Good.
Mm-hmm.
coming at you.
Yeah. One's going to get freaking smashed in the face.
That way, at least it's a one-on-one situation if you choose to. Otherwise, 2-on-1, depending on.
I
Well,
could.
okay.
I could have taken 5 on. I could have.
So which one's
Okay.
Andrew doing?
I muted Andrew because I was getting too much background noise. Just a second. You there, Mark? What are you doing? Are you following Damaris, or were you going to help Bremer in combat?
Oh yeah, I can help.
Help Bremer in combat when we get there, and just is that what you want to do?
Yeah. Are we not there yet already?
Deciding which one do you want to do? Do you want to help Bremer in combat or run after Damaris? The Damaris had said that stay back with him.
I'm giving you the option to make your decision. I've been waiting. Are we waiting to find out what you want to do for sure? Don't want to assume for you.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I will help Bremer in combat.
All right, that's what we needed to know. All right, just for a sec, let me. Not a big deal going on. There's 2 of them, and they're closing on you also. So, I don't have your. Let's put your tokens out here so you can do the fast or slow thing.
Oh, that's.
You just have to find your tokens. There we go. Damaris, Andrew, and Bremer. I just threw them on the page there so you can grab. If you click them, you should be able to see fast, small, or slow. You guys got access to that, correct?
Yep.
And then I will.
So we're up the towers?
No, I'm just. So I can. So the. I threw some stuff on the screen.
Turn order.
So the turn order thing will work. You have to be able to click on your icon and then.
Okay, not a problem.
So you should be able to click on your icon and then go. They're still closing, so that one's gonna pick that. That one's gonna pick that. Or yep. I have to figure out I got something not set up right, but yeah, Bremer should be first because he's on a.
Yeah.
You're going
Player.
slow. Yeah. You should be ahead of the other ones. All right, Andrew, what are you doing? Fast or slow?
Oh, I'll be going fast.
All right. You're probably about 15, 20 feet away from them as they're closing on you, just so you have a visual. They're going to be moving slow as they're closing.
Gotcha.
And are you planning to do a slow also, Bremer, just to make sure?
Bremer is slow.
Yep. Give me just a second.
He needs the close distance.
All right, then. Andrew, you go first. What is your action? And you can only, you're on a fast, so you only get to do one.
Okay. Okay. I'll just go. I'll just
I'm assuming a spell or something.
yeah. Yep, I'll go ahead and use the shock spell.
What's the range on that?
It's
I don't have it open, so.
one creature within short range.
Yep, they would be in short range.
Okay, so I'll go ahead and cast it. No boons.
Not right now. Not unless you can come up with something.
Okay, that's fine then.
You're in a semi-lit street, so you should be fine.
Okay, the damage is 5.
All right.
That misses though for sure.
Yeah. It goes wide. I'm trying to bring up one of the characters. There we go. Yeah, it misses.
Unless they're an object, that misses almost everything.
Yep. So that's your turn. Next, we're up to Bremer.
Charging forward. And
All right.
one of them will get a whack with the Warhammer. That's an 8.
He manages to also dodge out of your way at the last second.
Yep.
All right, and the one closes on Andu. And he attacks with a small sword. I doubt if that hits you. Sickle, excuse me.
Who?
Andu, he was first. I'm sure your armor class is better than a 9.
Take a look.
And the
Nice.
second one will also, just to keep going, he will attack you. He also misses, Bremer.
Yeah.
Where in the
Your armor class is over 10, I'm sure of that. So you'll
I might be. My armor class
Oh, yeah,
was 9
so like,
before I got my armor.
where is that supposed to represent? Strength or
No. Your armor class just is. Why am I not
It's
seeing
called
your character?
defense, and it's directly under agility on the sheet.
There it is. Sorry, defense. Yeah, you got 10, so you're fine unless you got your armor class. He missed you, so you both missed, and we're back at the top of the order. Now, what are you doing? Fast, slow?
Fast.
Now that you're actually in combat?
Yep.
So go ahead and select your icon and hit fast.
I don't think I can see my icon.
And you will always go before the other ones, so
Yep.
go ahead.
okay. So that would
You
be
can
it
go
would be
first.
my turn, right?
Yep. You're in melee range.
Okay. I can give him another shock spell.
And let's quickly check that. All right, and you might as well go ahead and roll 2, Bremer, since you're also going to go first and against an opposing.
That's a 17 to hit.
Oh, you
Oh,
hit one pretty solid. Yeah, I'm waiting for you to roll your spell. So he hit his.
And that's 6 damage.
Yep, you hit him pretty solid. And the shock spell goes wide again.
Hitting
Yeah, right.
Premier.
No, not quite that bad.
Probably
And you would have rolled a negative number, yes. And it is possible with wounds, but I didn't give one. So, yeah, you basically took this guy right in the gut, and he's now just, you hit him in the gut, and he's a spew of blood just flew out of his mouth. He did some definite internal damage.
Yep.
nice.
He's still up, but you hurt him pretty bad. Over half his hit points if you're looking at the numbers.
Yeah, my first hit would have killed him probably if it connected.
All right, and they will get their attack, their opportunities now. So, boom. That was the one on Andu, since he went first before. 3 points of damage. And he was a miss on you, Bremer, because you hit him pretty good.
Yep. That's
And
pretty
then
bad miss.
Yep. You just hit him, you know. So, all right, then we're back at the order. I'm assuming we're going to keep the same order.
Yeah,
Both
that's
going
fine
fast?
with me.
Then go ahead. Both of you can roll again.
That's a 19 to hit.
Yep.
Nice.
He misses you, and you just you just come down on the back of his head, and like a melon, you hear a pop and a squish.
Mm.
And how do you do over there, Andu?
Okay, so what do you want me to roll?
Well, you're in combat. You tell me if you're gonna cast a spell, use a dagger, say
Okay.
violent and attacking words.
Okay, yeah, I'll cast another shock spell.
How many
Oh, yeah,
shots do you have?
The instructions say I could do it with 1 boon. Should I go ahead and do that or no?
Yeah, go ahead. And he's casting 0 levels, so I don't know how many he would have.
He'd have 2.
He's at first level?
Yeah. So it'd be 2.
Yep.
All right. And then you shocked him for 6, so he's standing there pretty staticky. So we're back again. Bremer, you knocked your guys down, and the other guy is got some electrical staticky current flashing around him. And it's back
Come
at the...
behind him and whack him in the head.
Yep.
Actually, no, I gotta be on slow for that.
He gets to do his little bit. He gets to attack once. So
Yeah.
he's a little too electrocuted right now to hit decently. So he misses Andu. And back at the top of the order, whoever hits first. All right. Andu, Mark, you gonna... What are you doing again? You're out of spells, so you got to come up with something else. What you doing, sir? All right, while we're waiting for Andu, Damaris, you're continuing to follow along.
Yes.
Eventually he gets to the dock, and the clockwork, and he's getting to the dock. And you see him heading towards two figures. You don't have, it's kind of dark and you don't have night vision or anything, so. But it's it's a clear night, moon, so you're not completely without sight.
Mm-hmm.
And Mark, do we got you doing anything yet? Or are we just, we got a pause on and we lose you again? May have lost him again.
Yep.
All right. Burmir, you want to go ahead and try to swing at him while he's gone, just for sake of dice roll?
Yeah, and can I get a boon for flanking?
Yep, I'll give you a boon for flanking.
That's a 19.
Yeah.
And 10 damage?
Yeah, definitely. Squished him too. But
that's good.
That way they're done. All right, back to Damaris. The light hits right as one of them faces towards you. Recognize them, or at least the one who you see, as one of the rude boys you had met a night or two before.
Understandable.
And you see the clockwork handing him some money, the packet of money. And they hand him something back. Give me a perception check.
What? No, 5.
Okay. After you squish these people, Burmir, you doing anything else? If you lost Mark?
Go chase after the ones that split off into alleys.
Check their bodies.
What?
Check their bodies. The
Oh yeah,
road.
check the bodies.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. I've been here, guys.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, we didn't hear you and we lost track of you, so something wasn't coming through. I just wanted to make sure. As you were, both of them were squished. They're now, the person in front of you is dead because Burmer came from behind him and hit him again with a hammer. And you're standing there. Apparently, they're going to search the bodies or
just a quick search and then start chasing.
Pat.
Yep.
Okay.
Basically, they're wearing they're wearing a heavy cloak. They appear to be quick assessment. Will find finer quality clothing. They were carrying, though they say, sickles here, short swords. And I don't have. You can find 1 to 6 silver coins on them, and I'll roll it for you just because I didn't think to do that. 1, 2. All right, between them you have 7 silver coins. If you want to do that.
7 silver coins.
Okay.
And each of them, like I said, appears to be younger, human. I'm seeing if there's anything worth note on them. Other than
you can
what...
take 4 of the silver coins. I'll take 3.
Oh yeah. So combat's over, right?
Apparently. Ooh, excuse.
And yeah,
Okay.
going
Yeah,
after the ones that ran into the alleys.
Yep, let me just read on something. What are you doing to search the bodies? if anything. I want to be. I need you to be a little more specific in any actions you may take because there's some stuff.
Pat, 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 pat,
Patting them down and then checking the big pockets.
Okay, you would not find anything then. Okay. I mean, just patting them down and searching their pockets wouldn't reveal what they would have. So, not to say you won't find this information out on others, but if you're doing that and then running
We'll come
off
back
after
around
the other,
for chasing.
It's because we have a little bit of a time crunch.
Yeah,
yep, that's why
Come
I'm
back
saying
around.
if you
they're not going anywhere.
and
No,
they're not the only ones.
no. Go
Um,
smash more into little pieces.
Just so you know, when I said they broke off in the alleys, they went like a couple different alleys, not just down one.
Yeah.
Just so you're.
Yep. Splitting
Spread 'em.
off and
Yep.
checking alleys, basically.
The thing you did notice, though, probably is they were taking alleys generally the direction that Damaris had ran.
Yep.
Along with the other one.
I think that's why he was being quick and then going.
Yep. And they're following too. I'm just so we're all in agreement. And that's why you failed your notice roll earlier, that they were coming up. But Damaris, you were there at the dock, not too far away, maybe, and you were hidden in shadows nicely because you made an S roll before, and you saw them hand them off to the what is it? Rude boys. Previous. You recognized at least one of them from the person you'd met at the Moore Mansion who was guarding that. And they handed something to the Clockwork, who is now wandering away. And you see the Rude boys getting into a rowboat.
A rowboat. Gonna take a while. Cool.
Well, it's not. Yeah, it's a decent size one, and these guys look like they may have done it a few times.
This means they're really easy to follow visually. So they go
It
off
looks
to the
like it
distance.
might have a little sail on it, but right now they're right as you saw the image. It's kind of like that, the back little water dock along the edge of buildings. So, but short while later, you will notice some other figures. At least one figure following the Clockwork are going towards him. He's wandered a while away. I mean, he's not like drastically away, but he's looking at his hands and walking away. And what he's carrying, obviously, not just his hands. But
like, she'll try to keep her attention split, but mostly she wants to focus on the Rude boys, and they're drifting off to the sea. Like, she'll try to do that one, but probably can't do both at the same time.
Give me another perception check if you're gonna. Are you looking around? I mean, you watched the one, somebody following the Clockwork.
Yeah, she's literally trying to do both at the same time, but the Rude boys are the priority.
You'll notice them rowing out onto whatever this lake's name is. I'm drawing a blank because I don't have it in front of me. And a short while later, what is it called? The Dark Waters, which is the name of the inland sea there, or lake, large lake. And maybe a minute or two later, Bremir and Andu come around the corner. They can't see you because you hid so well, but you see them.
If it will not let out me to the. I only saw one cloak figure go after him. What are the other cloak figures doing?
Can Bramir make a perception check?
Exactly.
Yeah. One boom, dark vision.
Yep.
16.
Thank you.
From where I'm imagining you coming from, and with your dark vision, you will notice a shadowy figure not too far from where the Maris is, like an alleyway down or so, looking out over the water just like the Maris is, following the rude boys.
Okay. So I start running
Okay, never mind.
down that way, like I can't see her or can't see that, and just passing by that person.
Okay, just to make sure I'm understanding, you're passing by the person you recognized or saw there in the alley?
Yeah,
Okay.
shadow away from Darius.
You
Damaris.
can't. You don't see the Maris. That's the thing.
Oh,
He saw both of us.
Oh yeah, he had an high enough roll there. He could have seen. He could have.
Yeah.
So yeah, you see Damaris kind of in the shadows of a different alley, looking out over the water.
They're both of us
Yeah.
looking at the same thing. He runs past the cultist or the
Yep.
road person.
We'll say cultist is as good as any.
yeah, and Warhammer out and turn towards her, basically blocking her path.
Whose path?
The cultist.
Oh, as soon as if you stop in front of them, they run back down the alley and you don't see them, unless you give chase. Or as soon as
Like,
you.
no, he's
as
like
soon-
running.
Okay, let me explain how you're imagining this, please. Maybe I'm missing it.
Like running, pretending to not see them and just run kind of by them and then turn in towards them.
Okay. You're not making anything discreet about coming up towards that general area? Yeah.
Nope.
As soon as you start coming too close, they would have disappeared further into the alley. If you're going to give chase into the alley, that's a total different question. But if you were just going to come up, they would definitely drop back in the shadows because they saw you earlier.
And turn down that alley.
It's going to be a chase race game if you want to play that. I mean,
And it's auto lose for me because I'm super slow.
just letting you know. So yeah,
Yeah.
you saw Damaris not too far, and she was looking out over the water. And Damaris, you see him running towards you too,
He
and then
ran
turned
forward, past, and back.
yeah, and then ran down an alley.
Don't go that way.
And then Andu is right behind him, and he's kind of right there. I don't know what he's following. Who he's following.
Indicate towards the clockwork.
Yeah,
Over
after
there.
the
I'm over here.
cultist bolts, he'll go back to the Damaris and see if
Yeah, she's motioning
pointing at
clockwork,
anything.
over there,
Yeah.
over there, that guy.
And
And then he'll
by
start
this
going
time,
that way.
they're not as close as they were 30 seconds ago.
Yeah, that's what
Yep.
she's like.
And starts running off that direction.
Okay. I'm trying to see. I see no problem with you eventually catching him. The cultists will, as you come up behind, give me a perception check as we're just both of you or all three of you. Oh.
One, boom, because of dark vision.
Oh, no problem. I'm just using the same guy's roll. So, oh wow, he
Dario
rolled.
Flumen.
19.
15. Yay.
Everybody sees everybody.
Fantastic.
And the cloaked figure that was following the clockwork takes off after the clockwork and bangs into him and grabs tries to grab out what's in his hand and runs off.
Does he actually grab what's in his hand?
Let's see.
Try.
Dang, how the
Yeah,
the
what
hell
the
is
fuck?
it? Yeah, I'm glad I'm wasting these not on combat. No, I'm not.
Yeah.
He rolled 2 20s in a row. Yeah, he managed to break, and the clockwork screams out, "No, that's mine! Give me back my grease!"
Not grease.
And none of you are clockwork, so you would not necessarily understand that.
Other than their machines, and grease is good for machines.
Maybe with my one profession, maybe
Maybe.
magic.
If you-
So
It's a magic side, it might. Or if you were, yeah. It's more of a clockwork thing, but it's.
Grimorium probably
But-
knows more about how they're made than anything.
Yeah. Since none of you are clockworks, I don't know if you would know that, but some of you, you might have seen it. You've heard of it. It's called dream grease. It affects clockworks. It's a drug for clockwork, basically.
Okay.
All right, a clockwork, get a hold of that for a player.
So,
If it's a drug, I might know about it.
yeah, but it's not a drug that would affect the
Not a
human
drug for
per se.
humans.
Yeah.
But
No.
still.
It's yeah, so you might have heard of it, and you might see a clockwork or two laying around under the effects, just kind of stumped over, and yes, other yeah. So it's not necessarily that uncommon in a big city like this. But yeah, he's screaming after and giving chase to the cultists now. Not very good, but
Okay.
Can someone faster than me give chase?
You send a mage.
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll be
But he. Yeah. All right. And are you guys going to? You're at the edge of the dock. The rude boys are taking off one direction. You notice that there were some people in black cloaks floating around, or following you around. And
Since they chased after that way, her attention is on the boat and seeing where the boat goes and following the boat.
okay. Just to make you aware, there are other boats and skiffs tied up along the way, along here.
If it looks like they're going like too far for her to like just watch them from
They're
the shore,
going out in the water. They're going out, away from. And even though there's moonlight coming down, you can tell there are islands nearby throughout the lake and area that they are probably going out to. There's several of them, so you don't want to lose too much track of them.
yeah, but also her managing a boat is not a thing, probably. So
Yep, and
that's
I'm
outside
just-
of her skill set.
there's 3 of you there, and I'm not saying, not too much complicated in rowing a boat.
Nope.
Yeah. I mean, it all takes time for them to drift off. So if there's time for her to like get their attention back, once he's found that it's just drugs is what they're chasing after.
Bremer is the one who took off after the cultists, and sure, you have to tell me how long you're trying to follow and come back. And Mark is Andu's kind of just hanging out at the end of the alley, staring down looking at where he ran. because he can't see in the dark. At least that would be my guess.
Vermeil will come back. He's not going to chase anyone because
Mm-hmm.
slow.
I mean, as long as you caught the comment that they made, that's good enough. Information.
Yep. So you guys are standing at the edge of or on one of the docks or on the water's edge there, watching a
Hop
boat
into
row,
a skiff.
watching the boat row off in the distance. Are you gonna commandeer a boat?
Commandeer a boat.
I've never rowed a boat, used a boat before, so you're going to show me how to do that. Because
Good thing Vermeer hasn't either.
oh, fantastic! Let's go.
Okay, just so you know, the basic function of a rowboat is not complicated.
I know.
We're not talking sailing, so I mean, it's not like you're going to need major skills. Biggest thing here is keeping track of where the people are so you can follow.
But also
Vermeer's
physical
definitely
labor.
know how to row a boat, but
That's what you got the strong dwarf for. He can just
Yeah,
you
that's the
stand at the
part.
front point. You play Washington, and yes.
yeah, Vermeer will row a boat.
All right, this is probably we're going to end it a little bit here shortly, guys, just for sake of the next part is going to be leading into a much more combat heavy opportunity.
Dangerous
So,
situation.
Yep, and it's almost 11:30 here at night, so let's make a decent clean break off and we can go into that and get your rewards and move on a little further from that.
And give chase.
Yep, you're going to roll after them, and you will manage to at least keep track of them, because it would be boring if you lose them and you can't find where they went.
Yeah.
So.
And will be almost impossible to lose them with the door with dark sight.
Yep, and like I said, it's that's why I wanted to roll the weather too earlier, so it was a clear night, no rain or anything like that. Otherwise, I'd give you a little boon. But, excuse me, Bane. Before we head out, is there anything anybody wants to say or add? Give out? All right, well, at Myth and Mayhem on, I believe we are planning on, November 25th at about 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, 9 p.m. Austria time. We are going to be running a game of Eat the Reich. So we will be playing Vampire Commandos trying to kill Hitler. So should be a fun game. But other than that, thank you guys for joining us tonight, and we will see you in 2 weeks if plans go all well and holidays and schedules and vacations all work.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's play by ear and keep in touch. We will try to do the same. So, all right, guys, thank you very much. Have a good day, and I'm going to move to the ending frame.